South Dakota, and a very impressive showing tonight in Minnesota as well for Senator Bob Dole. And look what else happened in Minnesota. Pat Robertson, our projected runner-up, beating out Vice President George Bush. On the Democratic side, in South Dakota, Missouri Congressman Richard Gephardt, our projected winner over Massachusetts Governor Michael Dukakis. The vote now in South Dakota. As you can see, more than half of the vote has been counted. A very significant victory tonight for Richard Gephardt. It is his second Midwestern win. He won in Iowa, of course. Michael Dukakis spent a lot of money in South Dakota and was well organized but fell off the pace in the closing hours of the campaign. And Al Gore, who is trying to demonstrate that he's a national candidate, not just a regional candidate, gets only 8% of the vote. On the Republican side, Bob Dole, the winner in South Dakota, and another close race for second place between Robertson and Bush. If Robertson beats Bush here, it will be the third time that he has defeated the sitting vice president in the rural Midwest. So that would not be a good night for Vice President George Bush. We'll have a complete wrap-up on all of this tonight, including interviews with Gephardt and Dukakis at 11:30, 10:30 Central Time. For now, I'm Tom Brokaw, NBC News, New York.
Come on, you guys. The sun's already up. It's going to be a golden day.
Let's eat.
Oh, those golden grahams. Oh, those golden grahams. Crispy, crunchy graham cereal, family breakfast treat. Oh, those golden grahams. Oh, those golden grahams. Golden honey, just a touch with Graham's golden wheat.
It's a great tasting part of a complete breakfast for the whole family.
Try those golden grahams and have a golden day.
After you take away the bread, cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, and mayonnaise, what have you got? Well, with Oscar Mayer bologna, you've got meat, and lots of it. Cuts from the beef brisket, chuck, round and flank. Cuts of pork side and shoulder, never cereal or filler. Oscar Mayer bologna. The beginning of a beautiful sandwich.
When can I pick up the pictures?
Thursday.
Thursday, okay, let me make a note of that.
You gonna write it down there?
I was going to,
Oh,
yeah.
well, then let's say Tuesday.
You mean 2 days earlier?
No, 5 days later.
5 days later, I thought as much.
If this customer were at a Photomat store, we'd be introducing him to our brand new picture pickup promise. Photomat's way of telling you exactly when your pictures will be ready.
That quick?
Sure, and if it doesn't work out, you get a free roll of film.
Oh, no. You get in trouble for
It's
that.
no problem.
Huh?
It's a Photomat policy.
The Photomat picture pickup promise.
Is there a Photomat store around here?
Saturday, the fun starts when Nancy meets Francie, Sunshine's mom.
Actually, we live a very quiet life here. Oh, I won't. And what do you call this? Bad timing.
Then there's a fire at the fishes.
The empty house 2 doors down, it's on fire.
Could Victor be a firebug?
These children are under my supervision.
Go fish!
And Starsky and Hutch are set up by the mob. Right after Blansky's Beauties and Fish.
I can't believe this. You know, Gravy Train's really been improved. Look how the guys go for it. It's a big improvement because Gaines just added a natural beef flavor. Improved Gravy Train even looks different. And dogs can taste the difference, wet or dry. Tests show they prefer its new beefy taste over old Gravy Train 3 to 1. It's fully nutritious, too. New Gravy Train, a big improvement in taste. Right, guys?
I missed my big chance last time. Angie, I'm not going to miss it again. There it is.
That's the Athena 2000 electronic machine by Singer. It's $100 off. Push these buttons. It sews 25 stitches.
Beautiful.
Even measures buttons and makes buttonholes to fit in one step. If you missed your chance last time, the big Singer sale is back.
Hey, Debbie, if you was my mother, what would you think of your son now? Huh?
Oh.
You're the Pepsi generation. Come and have a Pepsi day. Come on, and taste the Pepsi way. Come on, and have a Pepsi day. Wrap a thirsty smile around it. Raise a Pepsi up and down it. Come on. Have a Pepsi day.
Gestures you make will...
Are your teeth really their whitest, up close? Is your breath really its freshest, up close? They can be with new Close-Up, the toothpaste and mouthwash in one. Clear red close-up has 2 whiteners that get teeth whiter than the toothpaste most people use, and a real mouthwash. So it not only gets your breath close-up fresh, it also gets your teeth close-up white. Close-up is for close-ups.
This is Professor Goody speaking to you from a diving bell 400 feet beneath the ocean, where I'm about to prepare some delicious Aunt Jemima frozen waffles just for me, not for that pesky waffle whipper. Waffle, waffle, waffle. I take them from the freezer, pop them into the toaster, and light, crisp, golden brown with Aunt Jemima syrup on them. Aunt Jemima waffles for kids who like a square meal for breakfast. Waffle, waffle, waffle. Waffle, 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 waffle. Wallace, please stop. All right, Wallace, won't you join me? Waffle, 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 waffle.
That's a waffle whipper whipping an Aunt Jemima waffle. They're in your grocer's freezer. Is there a waffle whipper at your house?
Waffle, waffle.
A bunch of kids looking for action. So what's doing out on the street? Is this the way we ought to use our boy power? Think about it. America's manpower begins with boy power. Let's not waste it. Be a volunteer worker with the Boy Scouts.
All over the world, the word for great coffee flavor is Nescafe.
We're the world's favorite brand of instant coffees.
In America, Nescafe's great flavor comes 2 ways.
We're the world's best-selling too.
Nescafe Regular in the red label.
If Nescafe can please the whole wide world.
And now Nescafe Decaffeinated in the green label.
We can sure please you.
Same kind of flavor. Nescafe Regular, Nescafe Decaffeinated. What's your pleasure?
When the family's all together, life's the best that it can be. Life's more fun when you're munching when you're munching Fritos. 'Cause Fritos goes with fun, and fun makes family memories. And old or young, life's more fun when you're munching Fritos. Munching Fritos. Life's more fun when you're munching one, when you're munching one, when you're munching Fritos. Life's more fun when you're munching one, when you're munching Fritos. Fried corn chips.
Don't come near me.
Thursday, John Amos, Ernest Borgnine, and the cop of the future are set up by a girl on the edge. Then a new puppy brings Chrissy and Jack closer together.
Yeah, there's nothing a girl likes more than a little tickle on the tummy.
Three's Company after Future Cop and Barney Miller.
I'll give you $50 for those sneakers. $50. Okay? You can have them. They're terrible. It's to prove a point. Now, you wash in detergent alone, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's wash this sneaker in detergent alone and this one in the same detergent plus Clorox bleach. Now, see any cleaning difference?
The one I wash with my detergent is just 30. The one washed with Clorox looks so clean.
Clorox Clean. People can see the difference.
Hey, who woke me up? Oh, sorry, Cuckoo. It's this cold. I'm stuffy and my sinuses, Try 4-way long-acting nasal spray, Nose. It relieves stuffy noses and sinuses up to 10 hours to help you breathe easier so you can fall asleep easier. Hey, that's a blast. A blast that lasts all night. Thanks, Cuckoo. Your timing's right on the nose. 4-way long-acting nasal spray. The blast that lasts all night.
It's not too sweet. It's refreshing, crisp, and neat. Canada Dry Ginger Ale, it's not too sweet.
It's not too sweet. I repeat, it's not too sweet. Canada Dry cools your thirst. It's a taste that can't be beat.
It's not too sweet. It's a cold, refreshing treat. Canada Dry Ginger Ale, it's not too sweet.
Regular or diet, it's more refreshing because it's not too sweet.
When entering the world of art, you'd be smart to dress the part. Gentlemen prefer Hanes, with all the ladies draped in crepe. The artist loves the human shape. Gentlemen prefer Hanes. Hanes will make make you smooth and silky, shapely, sexy. Wear a pair and you could be captured for posterity. Gentlemen prefer Hanes.
I hereby dub you the Easter Bunny.
Wednesday, a special family presentation narrated by Fred Astaire.
The Easter Bunny is coming to town today.
Let's all have a happy Easter.
The Easter Bunny's coming to town.
We here at the ad agency feel this commercial is provocative, motivating, and really classeroo. Now, what do you think, sir?
Only one shoe? Florsheim makes over 256 different styles. Show them all, big, big. What about the craftsmanship? Even our laces are better.
Have lace shoes?
I apologize.
Why don't we show a huge centipede wearing all the Florsheim shoes?
I like that. That could be a musical. Shaboom, shaboom.
Hey, I like that.
I like that.
Everything down.
I come to show you why mannequin flavor plenty enjoyable. I need water. See, water make leaf stretch. Wrap cigar well. Mouth enjoy flavor. Yes? Mannequin flavor special. Sheer enjoyment.
Nobody can connect you with more of this country than United Airlines. With low-cost vacations from Hawaii to the New York Islands, to the mountains, to the oceans, to the sunshine, and back again. That's why in the friendly skies we say, your land is our land.
This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me.
Danny, sounds like you've accidentally invented a thermochemical energy source.
A scientific wonder becomes a nightmare.
Someone's walking around with enough explosive to turn the city into a pancake.
A power that could mark the beginning of the end for the $6 million man.
How does your daughter feel about the wash? She couldn't care less.
Mrs. Shep just uses detergent alone. Let's see what happens when she adds Clorox bleach to one of her loads.
Which blouse would you rather wear?
This one. This one's much cleaner than this one. It's a good feeling to wear something clean.
Well, I said you wouldn't care. I mean, it's just so much whiter. It's very obvious. That's the Clorox one. There is a definite difference. From now on, we'll just have to use Clorox.
Clorox makes the difference.
I see now that she does care.
Look, Linda, I just bought a new seamless support bra that's so beautiful. I have to show you. Oh, better show you this way. It's the Playtex Support Can Be Beautiful bra, and it's seamless. Don't you love these pretty details? And these smooth, seamless cups. Plus this secret support design for real support. And you know, it's so pretty. It makes me feel pretty. The new seamless Support Can Be Beautiful bra from Playtex. Support can be beautiful.
The American Eagle, Goodyear's symbol for its all-American kind of radial tire. Goodyear is committed to product innovation. We introduced rayon cord in tires. We created the polyglass tire and the polysteel radial. And now the American Eagle with belts of Flex 10 cord instead of steel. Flex 10 is made from a flexible man-made aramid fiber that's pound for pound stronger than steel.
The tire for America, the American Eagle, the tire.
Pardon me, what kind of dog food does your dog eat?
Young fella, there's two things I know. Checkers and dogs. Dogs like canned dog food. Especially Herman here.
Do you think he'd like Gaines burgers?
Well, he might. Yeah, leave this to me. Dogs like food that's moist and meaty.
But Gaines burgers are moist and meaty, see?
Go ahead, but...
And they taste terrific.
And you don't know nothing about checkers, neither.
Gage Burger's dog food. The canned dog food without the can.
I found a recipe you won't find in a cookbook, but it's sure nutritious and a real money saver, too. Take a quart of Carnation Instant Non-Fat Dry Milk. Add a quart of whole milk. Mix, chill, and serve. You get 2 quarts of fresh-tasting low-fat milk and make a real savings on your milk bill. Carnation Instant Milk. Good for you and your budget, too.
Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Almond Joy's got nuts, Mounds don't. Almond Joy's got real milk chocolate, coconut and munchy nuts too. Mounds got deep dark chocolate and chewy coconut. Ooh. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Peter Paul, Almond Joy's got nuts, Peter Paul, Mounds don't.
Plus, now there's also a new Mounds with creamy rich milk chocolate.
What you're about to see is the world's most revolutionary telephone switching invention. We call it Super Switcher. It has almost no moving parts, yet handles 4 times more calls than its predecessor. It required an investment of $400 million, but should ultimately save $1 billion a year. And soon, every major American area will have one. Looks dull, eh?
Well, imagine that each of these cars is a long-distance call. This new invention can handle over 500,000 an hour. That's 5 days' traffic on a busy Los Angeles freeway. Super Switcher. It should go a long distance to prevent traffic jams on your long-distance calls.
The Bell System. People using technology to help keep down costs and improve service. Keeping your phone system the best in the world.
It's the first show of the new year, and the Captain and Tennille do it right. With their guests Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis Jr., John Biner, Muhammad Ali, and Joe Namath. It's the new 1977 Captain and Tennille.
You are the apple of my eye, yeah. Forever you...
This is a cubic foot. There are 5 more of these inside the new Chevrolet than there are inside this year's older style full-size cars of Chevy's nearest sales competitor. That's based on U.S. government estimates of vehicle interior size as reported in the 1977 EPA Guide for New Car Buyers. The new Chevrolet with 5 more cubic feet of room. It stacks up beautifully. Now that's more like it.
Fellow Americans, stop dragging your feet. Wear kitties when you're going to go out on a date.
Look great.
But do you know your feet need a little love?
Kitty knows.
What an agonizing, enterprising, hard kind of day you spend working overtime. You.
Yeah, it's small.
You. When you need shoes for it all. To say comfort and style if you're young at heart or young enough to remember. Come to Kitty and explore at the Great American, Great American, Great American Shoe Store.
What's behind the brand of hot dogs you buy? You know you're getting solid value with Oscar Mayer and quality trusted for generations. There's wholesome meat protein from solid cuts of meat. The only meat Oscar Mayer uses. U.S. government inspected. Oscar Mayer selected. Oscar Mayer wieners and beef franks in handy twin packs. The flavor's as good as the good meat itself. Oscar Mayer, America's #1.
When did you start baking from scratch?
It's not scratch, Mom. It's new Pillsbury Plus.
A yellow cake this firm could only be from scratch.
It's Pillsbury Plus.
A cake this moist could only be from scratch. A cake this rich could only be from scratch.
It's Pillsbury Plus. The plus is pudding. Pudding right in the mix to add that moistness.
Rich flavor. New Pillsbury Plus, huh? Looks like scratch has met its match.
Cut. Reload. That's a complicated-looking machine, isn't it? Funny thing is, a lot of people still think that taking home movies is that complicated, too. If that were true, believe me, I wouldn't take them. For instance, he's reloading the film. Let me show you how easy Kodak has made it for you and me with a Kodak Instamatic movie camera. You finish one roll of film, drop another one in, you're all set. How are you doing, Charlie? Taking home movies couldn't be much easier than that, could it? You know, now is the time to start, too. When the kids are growing up, you're on your vacation, save the action and the color in movies. With Kodak projectors, movies are easy to show, too. And cameras start at less than $35. Actually, you know what Kodak does for you?
Try a taste of martini. The most beautiful drink in the world is the bright one, the right one. It's martini. Anytime, any place, anywhere. There's a wonderful world you can share in the bright taste of the right one. That's martini.
Why are women so happy about new Tickle antiperspirant? Is it because Tickle is the first roll-on with a big, wide ball? Is it because Tickle comes in 4 fresh fragrances? Or is it because Tickle helps keep you dry all day? Make yourself happy. Staying drier is nicer with a little Tickle.
Gentlemen, ladies, welcome to General Foods. Today, we're proud to announce a breakthrough in coffee. We're introducing the Perfect Cup. At first, I'd like you all to taste this new product, and then I'd be happy to answer any questions. Yes.
It's rich. All right, how'd you do it?
We discovered a process that removes bitter taste. Ma'am.
What kind of process?
We found that roughness and bitter taste went out as we reduced the caffeine down to 50%.
50%? Explain why you went to 50.
Let me show you. Run the film, Mike.
Smoothness and richness take over when there's 50% less caffeine than regular coffee. The Perfect Cup.
As simple as it sounds, that's the breakthrough. And speaking of a breakthrough, let's have a coffee break.
Introducing the Perfect Cup. Once you taste this coffee, you'll have no questions.
Well, you really did it to yourself this time.
Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is.
Ah, those lovely bubbles. Bursting into action, instantly soothing your upset stomach and speeding relief to your aching head. Alka-Seltzer works fast.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Hello, young waffle lovers, wherever you are. Professor Goody here, high up in this bell tower. And just so that pesky waffle woofer won't follow me, I'm pulling all the ladders up behind me. There, safe at last. Now to pop a couple of delicious Aunt Jemima frozen waffles into my trusty toaster. So light, crisp, golden brown. Oh, I could hardly wait. Waffle, waffle, waffle. Waffle, 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 waffle. Sorry, Wallace. These Aunt Jemima waffles are just for me. Waffle, 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 waffle. Hey, now. Waffle. Wallace, please. Waffle, 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 waffle. Oh, very well, Wallace. Won't you join me?
Waffle, waffle, waffle. This is a waffle whiffer whiffing an Aunt Jemima waffle. You'll find them in your grocer's freezer. Is there a waffle whiffer at your house? Waffle?
Cost of living got you down.
Prices are so high, I take a ladder to go shopping.
Cost of living got you down.
Money used to burn a hole in my pocket. Now it isn't even there long enough to get warm.
There's one bargain left in town.
Campbell's Soups. Try chicken with rice. Best parts of the chicken, fluffy rice, and 2 chicken stocks for extra flavor. About 6 cents a 7-ounce serving.
Sit right down and get your Campbell's worth.
Birth defects strike over 250,000 infants a year in this country alone. What can we do about it? Plenty. You know, research has shown that some birth defects can be prevented by proper prenatal care, and that includes good nutrition.
That's not bad, but 4 pounds in 2 weeks isn't terrific.
I'm Mark Hamill asking you to protect the unborn and the newborn.
Ring around the collar, ring around the collar.
Those dirty rings. You scrub them, soak them, even bleach them. And you can still come out with...
Ring around the collar.
Now, try whisk around the collar. Pour concentrated whisk right on the dirt. It sinks in, starts to clean before you start to wash. Whisk around the collar beats ring around the collar every time. Whisk.
Here's Lucy was brought to you by Whisk. Whisk around the collar beats ring around the collar.
Mother Care take care of you before you're born and when you're...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mother Care, go up to 10.
You can go there when you're big, go there when you're small. You can go before you've scarcely been anywhere at all.
Now Mother Care, go up to 10.
At Mother Care, you're sure that the prices will be right for a grown-up girl or a tiny little mite.
Now Mother Care, go up to 10.
Such special care, such sensible prices for mothers-to-be and children up to...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Happy families! Mother Care, go up to 10.
Fireplaces glowing, icicles growing, hearts overflowing with cheer. It's that wonderful season we all find so pleasing, the Toys R Us time of year. The world's biggest toy stores, Toys R Us. The biggest selection, Toys R Us. It's the Toys R Us time of year. Toys R Us.
My name is Mr. Bubble. Let me show you tubs of fun.
You can be a bubble nose.
With Mr. Bubble.
You can have some bubble toes.
With Mr. Bubble.
Or be a bobblehead.
With Mr. Bubble. I'm safe and gentle, and I make getting clean almost as much fun as getting dirty. Have a tub of fun with Mr. Bubble. He makes getting clean almost as much fun as getting dirty. Mr. Bubble.
What makes you think I'm a spy?
Two-way radio? Micro tape recorder?
What makes you think I'm a spy?
On what?
Chocolate. Minstrels. Not like ordinary chocolate. Crisp sugar shell on the outside and surprise, surprise, smooth milk chocolate on the inside.
Chocolate? Mm-hmm. You do surprise me.
Minstrels. One of life's more pleasant surprises. Candy crisp, chocolate smooth.
Have you ever wished for one product that would clean and shine almost everything in your house? Here it is, Clean and Shine. Like magic, Clean and Shine leaves a nice shine on fine wood furniture, so you don't need furniture polish. It cleans and shines mirrors, so you don't need glass cleaner for mirrors. It cleans and shines refrigerators, like this kitchen product, even countertops, tile, and vinyl. Try new Clean and Shine, the foam that cleans and shines almost everything in your house.
What's up? Dino's stolen the different vitamins we need to make Flintstones. Yabba-dabba-doo, yabba-dabba-doo. Flintstone vitamins are good to chew with vitamin A, vitamin B's, vitamin C, and vitamin D. Help your body work and grow right.
We put them all together to make Flintstones vitamins.
Mom, if your kids don't always eat right, one Flintstone each day ensures they're getting the vitamins they may need. Yabba-dabba-doo. Flintstones, regular and plus iron.
Crack open an icy cold Hams. Refreshing as the land of sky blue waters. Enjoy a cool, refreshing Hams.
When Lipton blows the whistle, You gotta have a cup of tea. Listen to the Lipton whistle. Whisk, whisk, whisk. Lipton tea.
Lipton flow-through tea bags, like 2 bags of flavor in one.
We should be working toward 21 plus campuses of roughly capacity of 600 plus students.
That's Dr. Joe Baresi with the Midland School Board talking about plans for construction with enrollment expected to top 2,000 in the next 5 years. What will those plans entail? I'm Rob Quirk in the Channel 9 newsroom. Will new buildings be constructed? Will additions be made? And at what cost to you? Join Janet and me for Channel 9 News at 10 o'clock.
Chevrolet has discounted each and every Suburban in stock $2,000. Get great selections and $2,000 in savings from the heartbeat of West Texas.
Bronco Chevrolet.
When news happens in the Permian Basin, and you see it happen, call Newsline 9 at 561-9991.
Crunchy is a golden honeycomb of hundreds of tiny glucose bubbles, covered in creamy milk chocolate.
Bite into a golden crunchy. Bite into a golden crunchy.
Once there was an ant and a grasshopper. The ant worked day and night while his friend the grasshopper fiddled away his free time. Then when the ant left on his winter vacation, was the grasshopper left in the cold? Cause the grasshopper was on the payroll savings plan. And by now, all those U.S. savings bonds added up to a big surprise to the ant and a big winter vacation for the grasshopper. Moral, buy U.S. savings bonds and you don't need a rich ant.
It's happening all around the house, right about now.
I'd like a Triscuit.
I'd like a Triscuit. I'd like a Triscuit. I know my family, and when they'd like a snack, they'd like a Triscuit wafer.
Great with cheese.
Or with a dip. Neat with jam. Or just by themselves. And they really are good. Triscuit wafers, they're made from 100% natural whole wheat, and that's good too.
A Triscuit baked only by Nabisco.
From time to time through history, the greatest need has been for facts. Facts to know where to build new schools, new houses, hospitals, factories, roads. We need facts to help fight sickness and disease. And that is why, on April the 25th, we are asking you to fill in the 1971 census. An army of men and women with light blue satchels will deliver and collect them from every household in Britain, with no exceptions. The form is secret. There is nothing to fear from completing it. When its contents have been analyzed, it'll be locked away for 100 years under guard. And all these officials are pledged to secrecy. Identify them by the blue satchel. It's the big form with a big job to do. We need the facts from you.
Look what happens when you buy 3 boxes of Purina Cat Chow. You get 1 box free.
Purina Cat Chow. Chow, chow, chow.
Buy 3 bags of Purina Cat Chow and get a coupon good for 1 bag free.
Purina Cat Chow. Chow, chow, chow.
No matter what size you buy, you can mail in proofs of purchase and get a coupon good for 1 free.
Purina Cat Chow. Chow, chow, chow.
So, buy any 3 Purina Cat Chow now and get 1 free.
Chow, chow, chow.
Tuesday, a lucky shot makes Richie an instant hero.
Want to go up to Inspiration Point with me? I'll show you my fake.
Oh, Richie, you're such a jock.
Then...
Buns.
Hiya, Pinky. How you? It's the love story that shook the world.
And love what?
There's drama, action and romance. Fonzie loves Pinky right after Happy Days.
It's got the taste and the feeling you like. Coca-Cola, come on, girl, gotta share a Coke with you. Let the feeling through. You wanna live a little bit more. That's what the taste
Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Almond Joy's got nuts, Mounds don't. Almond Joy's got real milk chocolate, coconut and munchy nuts too. Mounds got deep dark chocolate and chewy coconut. Ooh. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Peter Paul, Almond Joy's got nuts, Peter Paul, Mounds don't. Because sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't.
America's been waiting for a family show about a real family.
Maybe you're just old-fashioned. Yeah, maybe.
A show that reveals the joys and the sorrows.
You better all dig down and find your pennies because this family could be in deep financial trouble.
The triumphs and the defeats of real people.
Mary, would you lay off him? He's just trying to do his job.
The Bradfords are the family. 8 is Enough is the show. Right after Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley.
brilliant lavender and white. The team in the solid jersey, that's Brooklyn, a solid white with brilliant red trim. And here's the lineup for Brooklyn. Number 13 is Vivian Johnson. Number 18 is Kay Verba. 19 is Gloria Hager. And 20, Elaine Benoit. In the penalty box for Brooklyn is Betty Backus. For Washington, number 54 is Irene Van Kirk. Number 50 is Jerry Apatello. And then we have number 48, Becky Thomas. Number 52, Fuzzy Buchek. And we have one skater, Dolores Florian, in the penalty box for the Washington Jets. And Dolores' number is 51. All right, there's action on the track. The first jam of the second half is underway, and here's Ken.
All right, out in front, Irene Van Kirk in stripes. This is a big night out here, opening night at Toledo at the Sports Arena. Number 20, right behind her, big tall Elaine Benoit. So we have one member of each team on the jam. Now they've got to circle that track, come up back of the pack from where they started, pass a member of the opposition within 2 minutes time to score because of a 2-minute time limit in all jams. Van Kirk holds it down. We're all tied up 7-7. Not a very rough first half. We're going to have a lot of action for you here. 54 comes in. Van Kirk moving in the blocker in the back of the pack. Hey, Verba. Verba will try to take out the strike player. Van Kirk. In comes the girl in the white jersey with a shoulder strike for Brooklyn. And it's Benoit. Benoit moves in the blocker back there. So far it's Fuzzy Buchek. Buchek on the defense now. Buchek in strikes. Not going to block out for the Washington Jets. Just slow down on number 20. Benoit. Here comes Van Kirk moving to number 18. Number 18, Kay Verba. Slowing down Van Kirk. Watch the lead jam skater, the tall gal. There she is coming in on the right of your picture. Number 52, Buchek slows her down. You're always going to watch the lead jam skater. That's the important one. Here they come now. The big gal hits in. Tries to get by Buchek. Buchek slows her down. And about 4 seconds to go now. 3, 2, 1, and it's over. And the officials took no score in the players. The defense stood out.
Just a little bit more on the rules. The jam occurs when one or more skaters breaks away from the rest of the skaters and have to completely lap the opposition. To pass one or two members of the other team, you get 1 point, 3 or 4 is 2 points, and 5 is 5 points. The jamming period is 2 minutes, the skating period is 15. The jam ends when that 2-minute period is over, or if the leading jam skater falls or leaves the track with both skates. Jam also ends if the leading jammer gets a penalty or places hands on hips. Penalties are handed out for unnecessary roughness, intentional tripping, illegal blocking, kicking, stalling, holding, or fighting. Remember, each team 1 player short. Buzzer sounds. There they go.
All right, number 13, Bill Johnson out in front of a 52. Fuzzy Buchek in strikes. Moves out in there for the Washington team. In third position, Goya Hager of the Red Devils. And in fourth position, on the jam, Jerry Apatello, number 50, for the Washington Jets. 2 for the Jets, 2 for the Red Devils. Here they go. It's a fine setup out here in Toledo. Knocked out of the play, taken out of there beautifully. Hager's out there, out number 2-1 now. Apatello swung off by Buchek, and Buchek's worried about taking off out number 19, Hager, to leave her teammate Apatello get loose. Nice block in there. Hager taken back beautifully by Fuzzy Buchek, and there's number 50, Apatello moving in. Jerry Apatello coming around now for the Washington Jets. Moves in there. This Jet team is a powerhouse. So is the Red Devils. They come moving in. Johnson on the defense for the Red Devils. Ready to block back on Apatello. Apatello coming up in there. Tries around the outside. Can't get in. Good blocking so far by Vivian Johnson. Moving up in there. Apatello is past number 19. Now number 19, Hager throws it down. Knocks her down. And the referee's decision. 1 point for Jerry Apatello of the Boston Jets. So it puts the Jet team on in front. 8-7.
Have noticed that we have a bit of an innovation out here at Toledo. A bell sounds when the penalty time expires for those skaters that are in the penalty box. The score, the Jets, who are considered the visiting team, 8, and the Red Devils, the home team, 7. And man, look at that scoreboard. That's the biggest scoreboard we've ever seen in our travels. Those numbers look to be a good 3 to 4 feet high. Wouldn't you say so, Ed? There's no doubt about it. You can really see Ed Silver standing these big numbers. You can see them from all over, admiring them. Really a great number. And the buzzer sounds, and here's Ken.
All right, off and rolling. Goya Hager, number 19 out in front, followed by number 48. And it's Becky Thomas. Thomas just recovering from a broken arm. Rook of the year up in the lead. Number 13 out there, Biff Johnson again. Number 19, Hager for the Red Devils in white and red with a shoulder stripe. Notice how high Hager has her sleeves rolled up. 48, Becky Thomas up in there, hit by Biff Johnson. Johnson holds it. Hard, rough blocking in there. Number 48 takes out. Becky Thomas moving away. Nice blocking from her teammate out there, Abatello. Johnson got down, Abatello goes down, and down goes Hager, and they're all down. All right, coming in there hard now, moving in. The only one that can score, the gal with the taped-up wrist. Becky Thomas coming in with a chance for a 1, 2, or 5-pointer. If he passes one on the white, she'd gain 1 point. If she can pass 3, she'd gain 2. If she can get 5, well, if she can pass 5, she'd get 5. That's the best she can do in a single jam. Here she comes now. Here's going to be a whip. At the start of the play, boot check over to Abatello, over to Becky Thomas. Becky Thomas, and now the Jet team is out in front by 2. Now, friends, we want you to know, you friends up in the New Jersey area, up in the New York area, remember that the Roller Derby opens its league season in the Jersey City Armory this coming Thursday. You friends know, up in Jersey City and the vicinity, the tickets are on sale daily at Franco's Sports Shop, Journal Square, and also you can call for reservations. The number Henderson 3-1500. That's Henderson 3-1500 at the Armory, and get ready for the big opening night next Thursday. Now remember, it's a charity night, and you certainly want to get in on it for the Sister Penny Foundation, and we want you to all be there, you friends up in New York and New Jersey, the opening of the Jersey City Armory next Thursday for the big league competition when the Chiefs come in, the New York Chiefs against the Jersey Jolters. All right, here they go now. Out in front and rolling. Number 51 and Lansford direction 51. Dolores Florian for the Jet team in strike, and the redhead Kay Verma moving in for the Brooklyn Red Devils. One number 15 on the jam. A very rough game so far tonight. That's the way it is all the way up and down the league. To get in there and come in and try to score over the opposition. Florian comes in, number 18, Paper on the inside. River hits with a nice block. River takes over. Moving in the back of the pack now. Kay Verma coming in. The blocker back there so far for the Jets will be Fuzzy Pujek. Back there in the blocking spot for the Red Devils in white with the shoulder strike. Goya Hager, number 19. Hager ready to take back at number 51. 51 comes up in there now. Try to hit in. Hager trying to get Verma in. Morgan's on the play. No score on the play.
No score on that play as Gloria Hager tried to whip in Kay Verma. Frustrated in the double foul attempt, and there was no score on the play. So the Jets still lead the Red Devils 9-7. They have that 2-point bulge in the 5th period here at the Sports Arena in Toledo, Ohio. First time that Ken and I have ever been in here to telecast the game out. I want to tell you that it's a very fine place for sports. Holds about 8,000. Have hockey, basketball here. Just 20 miles from the famous Bowling Green, has brought so many fine basketball teams into Madison Square Garden, and of course the University of Toledo, which has had equally famous basketball teams back in New York and also in Chicago. All right, buzzer They're off and rolling. Here's 10.
All right, out and rolling, number 50. Murietta California on the move. Right behind her, coming up in there, Toya Hager. And right behind Hager, moving up in there, is number 52, Fuzzy Buchek. 2 against 1. Now Hager trying to cut it off, trying to move in the lead, but couldn't take it. It's the big leagues of roller derby. 6 teams, the greatest skating in the world as far as speed is concerned, and there's only one roller derby. Up in there. Buchek holds it. A nice block in there by Abatello. Abatello been skating on every jam so far this skating period. Buchek reaches back, tries to whip, but coming through. Beautiful play by Hager. Man, that crowd really let out. Hager let out that time, really come in there, and now it's all Brooklyn. Hager from the Red Devils coming in the back of the pack. Now watch this play. If he passes one, the right to get one. Two, he's got 3. He's got 2 points, trying to go for 5. Left by Biff Johnson's got 2 more to try to pass here. He comes in on Van Kirk. There she is, moving up. And 4. He's hit and down. A beautiful 2-pointer by this gal right here, Toya Hager, the Red Devils, and what does it do to the scoreboard?
Ties it up at 9-9, and Hager went down very luckily from a block by Buchek. You can see Fuzzy exchanging pleasantries with Gloria. There it is, all racked up on the scoreboard. The important thing is that she's got 2 points. Hager went down very hard. You could hear the thud all over the arena. Now Gloria skates up to Fuzzy Buchek and thanks her for her hospitality. Disarranged at the moment. One skater from each team must be at the head of the pack before the buzzer sounds and will send them on their way. Abatello is way out in front, as you can see. They're waiting for her to get back to the pack. And Hager and Buchek at the end of the pack are way off the pace, so we've got to wait for them to get in there. The officials are asking them to slow down. Reposition now, the buzzer sounds, there they go. Irene Van Kirk out in front, followed by Betty Backus, and here's Kim.
All right, 54. Van Kirk on the move. Betty Backus right behind her. Elaine Benoit moving up in there. And number 48, Becky Thomas. Foul on Buchek. Hager and Buchek now want to get into a fight. Called off, and Hager wants to get in there. Hager is red hot. There they are.
Well, they finally separated them, but Hager moved in 2 or 3 times and wanted to carry the fight. And, of course, the first foul was called on Buchek. Now, foul for fighting will be inflicted on Gloria Hager.
Well, it's an exciting game for the first night out here at the Sports Arena at Toledo, which is certainly situated beautifully in this city. And assembly boxes were knocked down the back end of it. Hager is really hot. Plenty of parking facilities and everything, and that's why we want you friends up in Detroit to know that it's a short drive down here to Toledo, and it's every night except Sunday, an afternoon game. So why not, you friends of Detroit, come on down here to Toledo at the Sports Arena and catch roller derby. Tomorrow night and all this weekend coming up and next week, so let's get with it. All right, off and rolling. Number 48 out in front. A nice fast break up there by Becky Thomas. Thomas on the inside, hit up by the tall gal, Benoit. Benoit takes it. Van Kirk, 54, is out there. Look at the blocking out there by Vivian Johnson. Beautiful blocking as Viv works on 2 of the Jets, leaving her teammate. Benoit move in. move. Nice blocking by our teammate Biff Johnson makes this possible. I believe. Now we'll see. Got to get the penalty for holding. All right, there's 2 in the box now. Here comes the play. About 2 seconds to go. Benoit trying to score. Referee decisions. He failed to get in there in time. The seconds run out, and that's the way it is in this kind of a contest. Fighting the clock, and it just didn't work that time. No score on the play.
The men are standing by as the period to a close, and 2 skaters will be in the penalty box for Brooklyn. 1 skater will be in the penalty box for the Jets. There's a picture of Elaine Benoit sitting on the guardrail, the biggest girl in the sport of roller derby. Men are coming on the track, and for the Red Devils, it'll be 15 Val Sanzetta, 21 Lenny Morrow, so the team skating for the Red Devils, 15 Val Panzetta, 14 Sammy Scoble, 13 Jimmy Corbin. And 2 in the penalty box for the Red Devils. And for the Jets, 50 is Paul Pierce, 48 is George Vogt, 49 is Dave Leishman, and 45 is Red Smart. 1 in the penalty box for the Jets. All right, buzzer sounds, there they go.
Number 14, slamming Sammy Scoble, moves out. Scoble on the move. Coming up in there now with him is number 49, and it's Ox Leishman. Leishman and Scoble both driving hard. Leishman on the inside for the striped team. The Jets takes it. Scoble out there for the Red Devils of Brooklyn. Right behind him, the great captain. Remember, this is the only known sport where men and women are playing some equal bases. The men play under the same rules as the women, and now the women are off, so the men have it. Sammy Scoble, number 14 up in there, 49. Ox Leishman on the inside hits him with a nice block. Right in there with that right shoulder. Scoble on the inside hits him. And Scoble powers on. There's top form you're looking at right now when Scoble comes in there. Moving in on Captain Red Smart. Smart on the defense, box up Scoble. Scoble trying to power out. Now he goes. He jams Gator down. Stopped it up. No score on the play. Lenny Morrow and 20 Herbie Eckstein coming in for the Red Devils, who are now at full strength. And we have 1 skater coming in for the Jets. And they, too, will be at full strength. Number 47, Otto Bongo, in there now for the Jets, so that each team has 5 players on the side at full strength. All right, off and rolling. Here comes George Vogt. Lenny Morrow's up in front of the pack down for the Red Devils. Hard spill in there. Scoble went down. Here's the guy to watch. George Vogt moving in the back of the pack. He's coming in, and back to the block out is Val Pancetta, the boy who was knocked down a moment ago. ago, we saw the picture when Red Smart really poured it on him. Oh, there's the only potential scorer. Watch the black-haired boy come in there for the stripe team, the Jets. Trying to get Brian. Nice blocking in there by Val Pancetta. Pancetta slowing him down. Hitting it beautifully with that right shoulder. Taking it all the way around. Coming up, trying to cut it off. Number 13, Jim Kohler. Kohler coming off. He got it. Beautiful cutoff in there. And that was Kohler that came all the way around to stop that cutoff. Well, that scoreboard, Joe, is still tied up at 9-9 out here in Toledo, Ohio in the Sports Arena, the first game of this series. And for the benefit of our roller derby fans, I'd like to inform you that yesterday morning, a very fine fellow, a great guy, many of us knew, the father of one of the greatest skaters ever to skate in roller derby, Billy Bogash. Paul Bogash died yesterday morning in Chicago. We want to pass that along to you because we know how it affects everybody. A great guy. We know how you feel about it. All right, off and rolling. Number 14. Scoble is on the move. Scoble moves up in there. Number 50. Paul Pierce, better known as Junior, takes over for the Jets. Pierce up in front. Scoble right behind him. One member of each team moving in. Scoble has that lead now. Here's fouling in there. One member of each team moving on the jam, driving hard. Here they come, moving in the back of the pack. Scoble hits up. On Pierce takes the lead now. We're all tied up 9-9 here in Ohio. Paul Pierce moving in the back of the pack. Number 14, sliding Chevy. Scoble gets Pierce. A bit of a play, 1 point key by Paul Pierce. He danced around pretty good. He hit from all sides. But he's got one to break that tie. 10-9 on the Jets out in front of the Red Devils.
There's the score. The Jets 10, the Red Devils 9. We have replacements coming up for both teams. Number 12, Ken Monty, will be skating for the Red Devils, along with number 17, Dick Batista, and 18, Phil Rupp. And for the Jets, 52 is Silver Ridge, 53 is Jules Ilias, very fine skater, just returned to the sport. 46 is Sid Harness. It all spells action. It's about to unfold.
All right, out in front now, Sid Harness moving in. Harness on the move. Coach Ken Monty comes up in there. 52, right behind him. And it's Coach Silver Rich. You Washington fans, Baltimore fans, get ready to see your team. And it's a great team. This Jet team come home to the Uline Arena in Washington, D.C. starting October the 5th. Jets home to the Uline Arena in Washington, D.C. starting October 5th. For information, call the Uline Arena in Washington, D.C. Here they go now. Look at that roughness in it. Coach Ken Monty. Hitting hard. It's the back. Ball was so rough. Now, number 12 Monty. He's knocked out of the play. Ruff is taken out. But moving in is Scoble. Scoble in the lead. Scoble being chased by the two Jets. Coach Silver Ridge and Sid Harness. Scoble cuts it off. He was forced to cut it off. Big Jim play.
Well, the Jets have been doing some very heavy blocking, Ken. Ken Monty went down at one time. Jim Calder was carried around. And the Jets' blocking is very effective. And they've got a 1-point lead, and they want to hang on to that 1 point. As a matter of fact, they want to add to it. And, of course, the Red Devils' problem is to get into a tie and then try to pull it out.
Up in front now, and Elias behind. You can look at Elias and tell you that he's been in sports. He's a husky kid. He's a great football player around Minneapolis. All right, here comes the plane out of 17. Batista moves in for the white jersey Brooklyn Red Devils. Here comes Elias moving in. The blocker back there to try to stop him up. Coach Ken Monty. Monty slows down beautifully on Elias. Batista trying to hit her number 46 in Harness. Still, neither jammer's been able to pass the defense. Nice hard blocking in there. There's a hard one by Harness. Hitting up on Batista. Batista leads jam skater trying to get in there. Elias tries to get in there. Batista's down. And it stops the play. Lead jam skater down automatically. Stops the no score.
Kraft presents The Great Gildersleeve. Each week at this time, Kraft presents from Hollywood, California, Harold Perry as The Great Gildersleeve, written by Leonard L. Levinson. We'll hear from the Great Gildersleeve in just a moment. But first, I want to remind you that these are challenging days for every one of us. It's our duty to produce more to help meet our country's increasing needs. And that takes plenty of good food, as you wise homemakers know. Wholesome, nutritious food that provides the energy and nourishment your hard-working, hard-playing family needs. That's why you should know about Parquet Margarine, made by Kraft. Parquet Margarine is a delicious food that's packed full of wholesome nourishment. It's one of the best sources of food energy you can serve. And important to you housewives who know how essential vitamins are, every pound of Parquet Margarine contains 9,000 units of vitamin A, making it a reliable year-round source for your whole family. What's more, Parquet is the margarine with the delicious flavor, whether you use it at the table for baking or for pan frying. So why not give your family the benefit of this grand-tasting, nourishing food? Tomorrow, ask your dealer for a pound or two of economical Parquet Margarine, made by Kraft. Just ask for Parquet, P-A-R-K-A-Y. And now let's visit our friend, the great Gildersleeve.
Come on, wake up, Judge Hooker. Pay attention to your checkers. It's your move.
I know it, Gildersleeve. I was merely studying the board.
What, with your eyes closed? Let's speed this up. We haven't got all night here.
All right. There, and there. Now crown me.
I'd love to, but I haven't got anything to do it with. Hooker, I don't see how you keep beating me, honestly. In fact, I don't think you do, honestly.
Gildersleeve, you're a pushover. You couldn't win a game from a backward baboon with a dozen checkers up your sleeve.
I could, too. I wouldn't need a dozen checkers. I'll show you, Hooker. Set 'em up again and pull in your belt. Because this time I'm going to beat the hell out of Leroy. How are you tonight?
Hello, Judge Hooker.
Leroy?
Say, Unc, can I...
Can you what, Leroy?
Well, I hate to keep pestering you about it, but can I see the circus tomorrow afternoon?
Not unless they happen to pitch the tent in the front yard of the Peter B. Flugelhammer Junior High School.
Is that where you go, Leroy?
Yeah, Flugie Junior High.
Say, I grew up with Peter B. Flugelhammer Sr. That's who the junior high school was named after.
Well, I thought the school was named after Peter B. Flugelhammer Jr.
No, Junior was the son of Senior, after whom the junior high school was named. Poor Junior. He never could finish senior high.
Yo.
But gee, Uncle Mort, could you call up school and ask if I could skip tomorrow?
I did, Leroy. I even went so far as to predict that you wouldn't be feeling very well tomorrow.
What did they say?
They told me that an excuse for illness while the circus is in town must be accompanied by a note from your doctor.
Shucks, that's a heck of a note.
Yes. Well, there's no use grousing, young man. Remember, school must come first. Now, sit down and get started with your homework.
Yes, Leroy, your homework, that's the thing that's going to count in later life, not going to the circus.
I don't think so, Judge. Because in my later life, I expect to be a lion tamer.
Oh?
You don't need any education for that. All you need is a kitchen chair and the right kind of breakfast food.
Well, yes. This lion taming is new, though. Last week you were going to become a pitcher with the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Oh, that was last week.
Oh.
Gee, I wouldn't mind missing the circus so much, Uncle Mort, but I hate to see those passes go to waste.
Oh, did you get passes, Gildersleeve?
Did I get passes? Yes, sir. I've got certain connections.
Yeah, Uncle Mort gets the right number of beans in that jar in the drugstore window.
Oh. Yes, I connected that time.
Gee, Uncle Mort, are you sure you can't take me?
I'm sorry, Leroy, but you'd better make up your mind to skip the circus.
Oh, gee, a guy can't get any fun out of life.
You know, Gildersleeve, sometimes I think our school system has become too scientific, too streamlined.
You're right, Judge. These days, everything is streamlined. Except me.
Yes. Things were a lot different in the days when I went to school.
What a memory.
I sat next to Petey Flugelhammer.
Huh?
That was long before he was elected lieutenant governor and then named a school after himself.
Oh.
We had none of this modern stuff like getting a doctor's prescription to go to the circus.
Yes, it was the same in my school days, too, Judge. Of course, I'm not as old as you are.
What do you mean, Gildersleeve? You were shaving when I was a little shaver.
I was not.
You were, too.
All right. I was always taught not to contradict my elders. Come to think of it, Judge, we kids used to have a lot more fun than modern children have. I can still remember some of the tricks we pulled at school.
So do I. Shenanigans, they were called.
Yes. I'll never forget the time I dropped a paper bag full of water on the Spanish teacher. Only it turned out to be the new athletic coach. And when he caught me, boy, was he athletic.
That's nothing. I once sneaked up behind Miss Pettibone's desk and tacked her dress to the floor. Kids don't do a thing like that these days.
Yeah, kids can't do a thing like that these days. Say, Judge, did you ever put eggs in the principal's umbrella?
No, did you?
Uh-huh. I had my own hen, and I saved eggs for a rainy day. I can still see him lifting that umbrella over his head.
Well, I put alum in the water pitcher at our graduation exercises.
Oh, that's a peachy stunt. What happened?
I didn't graduate.
Ah, yes, youth. Sometimes I wish I were a kid again, just so I could pull a few more of those cute little innocent juvenile pranks.
Well, they're a thing of the past.
Yeah.
I never hear of kids doing those things these days. Not enough imagination, I guess.
That's right. You know, I remember when a dog and pony show came to our town, and all us kids made up our minds to go. You know how we got the afternoon off?
No, how?
Well, I climbed up on the schoolhouse roof and stuffed my coat into the chimney. Boy, I wish you could have seen that smoke pour in and those kids pour out.
Gildy, I'll bet you worked hard.
Oh, that wasn't anything. Did I ever tell you about the time we smuggled the horse up in the bell tower at college?
Gee, no, Uncle Mort. Tell us about it.
Well, I borrowed this. Leroy, I didn't know that you were still here.
Sure, you told me to do my homework. Say, did you ever do any homework, Uncle Mort?
Stacks of it.
Gee, when did you find the time? Didn't it interfere with your jokes?
Now see what you've done, Gildersleeve, giving the boy a wrong impression of our childhood.
Me? You started it, tacking teachers' skirts to the floor. And you, a Superior Court judge. Aren't you ashamed?
Well, how about you, egging the principal on and trying to brain everybody with bags of water?
What do you mean, everybody? Just our Spanish teacher, Miss Olafson, that's all. Now, Leroy, don't get us wrong. Judge Hooker and I were merely reminiscing about an era that doesn't exist anymore.
I'll say it doesn't. You couldn't get away with those corny gags today.
Those gags weren't corny, Leroy. They were mighty clever. Huh? Oh, yes. They were terrible. The big kids made me do them. I'm ashamed of myself. Aren't you, Judge Hooker?
Yes. I was a bad boy.
You see, Leroy?
Gee, you two treat me as if I was 12 years old.
You are 12 years old, Leroy.
Sure, I know it, but I don't like to be treated that way. You'll have to hurry, Marjorie, if you're going to the circus with me. I'm almost ready. What's the rush, Uncle Mort?
Well, I'd like to get there on time for once. No matter when I start, it seems I always arrive in time to get caught in the opening procession. One year, a hippopotamus chased me around the ring twice. I never did find my seat.
It's too bad Leroy couldn't get off from school to come with us.
Yes, the poor boy. Well, we'll bring him back a red balloon and a little whip with a tassel.
Hey, anybody home? Hi.
Leroy!
Gee, I'm glad I caught you before you left for the circus.
Leroy, what are you doing home at this hour?
School was dismissed just now. Come on, let's go to the circus.
By the way, Leroy, why were classes dismissed?
Well, you might call it an accident.
Accident? What was the accident?
Oh, nothing serious.
Then what was it?
Oh, it seems they had to get all the students out quick on account of all the rooms had to be aired out.
Aired out? They did? Why?
Well, nobody knows for sure exactly, but the general opinion is that somehow or other, a skunk got into the air conditioning system.
Oh!
Circus swell.
The best I've ever seen.
How did you like the fellow who did the swan dive into the tank of burning gasoline, Uncle Mort?
I liked him, but I don't think Secretary Ickes would. Leroy, there's something that's been troubling me. It's that skunk in your school.
You mean Mr. Proctor, the principal?
No, Leroy! The one that got into the air conditioning system. Do you happen to know how it got in there?
No, I don't. Say, remember the tiger that rode on the elephant's back? How did they train him to do that, Uncle Mort?
Oh, with kindness, I suppose. Leroy, did you happen to have anything to do with it?
With the tiger, Uncle Mort?
No, the skunk.
That wasn't a skunk, Uncle. It was a tiger. Tigers and skunks have different kinds of stripes.
I know they have. I'm talking about school.
So, I've been thinking. isn't it a strange coincidence that this accident occurred on the day the circus came to town?
Yeah, funny, ain't it? Say, Uncle Mort, what do you think would happen if when the lion tamer had his head in the lion's mouth, the lion suddenly had a sneeze?
Well, I don't think anyone would say gesundheit. Now, Leroy, I hope that nothing Judge Hooker and I said about our school day pranks caused you to try to imitate us.
Oh, no, sir.
You understand we were just talking about old times.
Yes, sir, like Judge Hooker says. That's about all you old-timers have got left. Your memories.
Yeah. What did you say? Good afternoon, Bertie. Is Leroy home from school yet?
Well, let me look in the refrigerator. No, sir.
Did you expect to find him in there?
No, but I can tell if he's here by what ain't.
Well, maybe he wasn't hungry this afternoon.
That boy, why, he's nothing but appetite held together by skin and bones. Oh, what's the matter?
Well, there's a lot of strange things going on at Leroy's school, and I'm afraid that maybe I'm partly to blame.
How come you messing around the school? Is you one of them pants teachers?
No, it's just that Judge Hooker and I were talking about some little pranks we used to play when we were in school. Little harmless things, you know.
Uh-huh.
Well, Leroy happened to overhear us, and now I'm afraid he's showing us the modern versions with the chromium trimmings.
Uh-huh. What makes you think little Leroy's doing fumadiddles?
Well, did you read the afternoon paper?
No, sir, it never gets to me till the following morning.
Oh, yes. Well, I've got it right here. Listen to this. Juvenile joker startles school. Police were called early today to investigate a large, stout lady's body seen suspended from the window of Principal Pulteney Proctor at Flugelhammer Jr High School.
Oh, who was it, Miss Proctor?
Yes. No, listen. Closer inspection revealed that the body was a dummy, stuffed with old football pads, wearing a green and purple silk dress, size 48.
Green and purple silk? Size 48?
Yeah.
Sounds like my Sunday go-to-meeting dress. The one that was kidnapped off the clothesline last night.
Yes, doesn't it?
Well, what's my dress doing in the newspaper?
I don't know, Bertie. Shh, Bertie, here comes Leroy.
Do you think he did it?
Shh.
Afternoon, Uncle Mort. Hiya, Bertie. Say, is this your old dress?
That's my new dress, Leroy, and what you doing with it?
Why, Piggy Banks just gave it to me. He says the wind must have blown it over into his yard. He found it under a window.
Young man, isn't this the dress that was hanging out of Mr. Proctor's window this morning?
You mean on the dummy that was suspended from school? Well, how could it be if it belongs to Bertie?
What do you think, Bertie?
I ain't saying nothing. I'm only too glad to get my dress back without paying ransom. I'm going to hide it this time.
Yeah. I don't know what to do. Look, Leroy, don't think of me just as your uncle and your guardian. Think of me as your pal, your buddy. Now, if there's anything that's troubling your little mind, why don't you just come right out with it?
Well, okay, Unc. There is something that's been bothering me.
I understand. Go right ahead, my boy. What is it?
Well, how did you ever get that horse up into the bell tower at college?
Oh! I asked you to come here tonight, Judge Hooker, is because you and I are turning Leroy's school topsy-turvy.
Why, I haven't been near the place.
We've been doing it by remote control. Remember how we shot off our mouths in front of Leroy about our school day monkey shines?
Yes, and say, I just remembered another one.
Forget it. Leroy's been up to all our old tricks.
Oh, his teachers have caught him, huh?
No, that kid's smarter than we were. But we got to stop him from going on with him.
Well, maybe if I gave him a little lecture.
Hooker, you don't understand children. That wouldn't work at all. We've got to pretend we don't know what's going on.
That shouldn't be hard for you to do.
When Leroy comes in, that'll be our cue to start casually chatting about the evils of practical joking.
Yeah.
Subtle propaganda, you know. How about it, Hooker?
We can try it. Too bad this whole thing had to happen. You know, Gildersleeve, it would never have started if you hadn't opened your fat face.
Me? Why, it was you that started it, you little travesty on justice.
Is that so? Why, Gildersleeve, if you had the intelligence of a jackass... but no, why should I daydream? There's no use arguing with you.
Why not?
Because I don't argue with blubberheads.
Well, I do, you blubberhead. Just because you're a judge, do you think? No, I can answer that myself. You don't think.
Don't you provoke me, you big wad of wind.
Oh, that settles it. I'm going to lambaste you with...
Oh, excuse me, I didn't think...
Come right in, Leroy. I was just telling Judge Hooker how to baste a lamb. Wasn't I, Judge Hooker?
Huh? Oh, yes. Don't let us disturb you, Leroy, my boy. Go right ahead and do your homework. Just pay no attention to us.
I won't.
As we were saying, Judge, don't you think that juvenile delinquency often starts with some innocent boyish prank?
When were we saying that? Oh, of course, Gildersleeve. Quite often a young fella starts out for a lark and winds up in a cage. How's that?
Oh, Judge. Then you think that practical joking can lead to serious consequences?
Surely. It starts out with a fella dipping girls' pigtails into inkwells, and then he becomes bored with that and puts firecrackers in the coal scuttle.
Yes. Or water in the teacher's galoshes, and then setting them out to freeze.
Never heard of that one before.
Huh?
That's only good in real cold weather.
Well, in summertime, you can always put flypaper on all the chairs.
Yes. With the words "kick me" printed on the back. Say, I did that when I was in 4th grade. You should have seen the fun at recess.
You know, I used to hunt for frogs during recess and put them all in the lunchboxes. Once I made a mistake and put one in my own lunchbox.
Did I tell you about the time that I snagged our principal's wig with a fish pole and then hoisted it to the top of the flagpole?
Oh, boy. I wish I could have seen... Oh, my goodness. What have we been saying?
Huh?
Leroy, don't you pay any attention to this old... Say, where is Leroy?
I don't know. You said pretend he wasn't here, and by George, he isn't.
Yes, and a lucky thing, too. How did we ever get started talking like that again?
I remember distinctly. You began it, Gildersleeve.
Me? Why, you feeble little fuddle-headed fuddy-duddy.
Smile when you say that, Gildersleeve.
Smile? I'll laugh right out loud.
Hello, Marjorie.
Hello, Pierpont.
I came to see Meatball. Who? Meatball. You know, Leroy. Only you don't like us kids to call him Leroy anymore. Like I don't like to be called Pierpont.
All right, Piggy. Come on in. Oh, Leroy, Piggy Banks is here to see you. Come on in the library, Pig. It's right that way.
Thanks.
Well, come on in. Don't be bashful.
But your uncle, that's him behind that newspaper, ain't it? What's the matter with him?
Oh, nothing. He always does that after dinner. He's digesting his food.
Oh. Ain't we going to disturb him?
No, we had roast beef and potatoes for dinner. Nothing will bother Unc for another hour at least. Now, let's get going on that history stuff.
Well, I know Miss Keller's going to ask us about the vice presidents tomorrow.
Are you sure?
Sure, I'm sure. She's going through the book exactly the way she did last year, the first time I took the course.
Okay, I think I got it memorized. But is she going to ask us the names of all the vice presidents?
She did last year. I kept a diary.
All right, but gee, what a question to ask. Well, you check the list and see if I get them right.
Shoot.
John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, Aaron Burr, Aaron Burr...
You said that. Say, Meatball, what do you think of the stuff that's been pulled off at school lately?
Oh, I don't know. What do you think of it?
Oh, I don't know. Have any idea who's doing it?
Gee, I don't know. You got any idea?
Well, I don't know. Who do you think?
I don't know. Let's get back to the vice president.
Okay. Shoot.
John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, Aaron Burr. Say, I wonder who put the iron sulfide in Miss Keller's inkwell.
How'd you know it was iron sulfide, Meatball?
Shucks, anybody knows that's the stuff that puts the smell in inkwell. Do you know who pulled that one, Piggy?
Let's get back to vice president.
Okay. John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, Aaron Burr. Oh, gee, I don't know what good knowing the vice president is going to do a guy who's going to be a stuntman in the movies.
I thought you were going to be a lion tamer.
Well, lion taming's just one of the stunts I'm going to do.
Talking about stunts, did you hear about the one somebody just pulled tonight over in the schoolyard?
Which one's that?
I bet you know about it already.
Well, maybe I do and maybe I don't. I ain't saying. What are you talking about?
Oh, about what they did to old man Flugelhammer's statue. Somebody dressed him up in a set of red flannel underwear and a corset.
No kidding.
Yeah. Boy, if they ever find out who did that, they'd be expelled from school pronto, I bet.
Let's get on with the vice president's pig.
All right. Say, could I borrow a glass of water? We had corned beef for dinner.
Sure. Come on out in the kitchen. I'll get it for you.
Boy, wait till Mr. Proctor sees the willies on Flugie.
Did I hear right? Red flannels and a corset on Flugie? Or was I just dreaming? No, there's Piggy Banks' hat. It's true. Oh, let me think. Yes, that's what I'll have to do. Yes, 6. Hooker's just as much to blame as I am. I can't let Leroy be expelled. Hello, Judge. This is Gildersleeve. You got to help me with something. I can't explain now, but I'll pick you up in about 10 minutes. We got a date with an old schoolmate of yours.
You sure this is the right part of the schoolyard?
Why, of course.
Not so loud, Gildersleeve.
Oh.
I'm a Superior Court judge. Can you picture what would happen if I'm caught?
Yes, scandalous, isn't it?
Oh, why do I let you get me into situations like this?
Because you haven't got any more brains than I have.
And where in the name of Goots and Borglum is that statue? Oops. Never mind, I found it.
Yeah, that's Flugelhammer up there. Flannels, corsets, and all.
Let's not hang around here all night, Gildersleeve. Come on, I'll boost you up.
Well, wait a minute, I'll take this top coat off.
All right.
Yeah, there, that's better. All right, get down now. Upsy daisy.
Oh, my poor back. You'll cave it in.
Push my other foot up, Judge.
I will if you take it out of my hip pocket.
Yeah, there. Is that better?
No. Ow, now it's in my ear.
Well, in one ear and out the other.
Gildersleeve, get up there.
Yeah, okay. Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
Judge, you notice a sudden cold wind?
No, can't say that I do. Which way is it coming?
Up. Judge, hold my feet so I won't fall.
I got him. You're all right. Solid as a rock.
No, you're holding Pete's feet.
What?
The flat-footed Flugelhammer. Yeah, that's better. Now I can get to work. I wonder where Leroy ever found this corset.
Make it snappy, Gildersleeve. Who do you think you are, Gypsy Rose Lee?
Yep. Okay, I've got it now. Here, catch it, Judge.
Hurry up before somebody catches us.
All right. Hey, Leroy must have sewn this underwear on. I never knew the little rascal could sew.
How's it coming, Gildy?
Just another second. Yeah. Cut out that whistling, Judge.
I'm not whistling. That must be the night watchman.
Oh?
Come on, rip it off. Let's scram.
Okay, head for the car, Judge.
Hey, who's that?
This way, Judge.
Quit calling me Judge, Gildersleeve.
Oh, Rancho?
Don't you believe him, Gildy?
Oh! Scatter, Judge, scatter. I'll meet you at the drugstore.
I wonder why the principal sent for us, Uncle Mort.
Well, now, you let me handle the whole thing, Marjorie.
Do you think that Leroy might be in some trouble?
Well, I didn't want to tell you, Marjorie, but your brother has turned his school into a midget version of Hellzapoppin'.
Leroy? But he had such a fine record.
He had, until he heard Judge Hooker and me brag about the foolish antics we performed as children. Oh, I hang my head when I think of it. And I'd like to hang the judges, too.
Oh, now, Uncle Mort, it can't be that serious.
No? Well, come on. You'll see. You know, after all, boys will be boys. Leroy is just a bit high-spirited. And what's wrong with that, sir? You were a boy once yourself, weren't you?
Me? No.
I was talking to the principal. Rehearsing, I mean. After you, my dear. Yes. Look at George Washington and the cherry tree. Just high spirits? Washington was a boy, too. We were all boys.
Uncle, are you all right?
Of course I am. No, I'm not. It's been a long, long time since I was called to the principal's office, but I still get that old feeling.
Me, too.
Yeah.
Well, brace up, Uncle Mort. Here we are.
Okay, let's go in. Hope he doesn't make us stay after school, Marjorie. Mr. Proctor?
Yes?
I'm Leroy Forrester's uncle, and this is his sister, Marjorie.
Well, I'm glad to see you two. I want to talk to you about that young man.
Yes, I know, Mr. Proctor. Really, he's a fine boy at heart.
I realize that. There's something I want to tell you.
Sure,
about.
but you were a boy once yourself, weren't you, Mr. Proctor?
Of course I was.
You see, Marjorie, didn't I tell you? Mr. Proctor was a boy once himself. Probably high-spirited, too.
Surely. Now about your nephew.
I hope you're not going to be harsh with him.
But why should I be, Mr. Forrester?
Excuse me, my name's Gildersleeve, Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve.
Glad to meet you, Mr. Did you say Gildersleeve?
Yes. Did I say something wrong? That happens to be my name.
And does that happen to be your top coat hanging on that hook?
Where? Yes. How did it happen to get here?
Last night, that coat with your name in it was found by our night watchman.
Oh, my goodness. Excuse me. I just remembered a dental appointment.
One moment. Here's something else that belongs to you. Your red flannel underwear. And your corset.
Corset?
Why, Uncle Mort. I don't understand.
Neither does Mr. Proctor.
I understand only too well. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? A grown man. A big, fat, grown man. Going around at night putting union suits on statues.
Uncle Mort, what is this? Now, can't you explain?
Sure, if I can get a word in edgewise.
Actions speak louder than words, Gildersleeve. It's a lucky thing for you that Leroy Forrester is your nephew.
It is?
Yes. I'd expose you in a minute, but I don't want to spoil Leroy's big day.
Leroy's big day?
Oh, what has he done now?
That's why I sent for you. Today, he's going to be presented with the Chamber of Commerce Medal as the outstanding student in Flugelhammer Jr High School.
What? Leroy? Well, I knew it all along.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in a few minutes. But right now, I want to ask you, what is the most welcome compliment a hostess can receive? Well, I'm told it's sincere appreciation of the dishes she serves. Comments on the lightness of her cakes, the flakiness of her pie crust. Exclamations on how downright good everything tastes. So here's a tip for you housewives. For baking that's sure to win compliments, use delicious Parquet margarine, made by Kraft. You see, Parquet margarine is a genuine flavor shortening, not a bland, tasteless fat. Yes, the same delicate, appetizing taste that makes Parquet margarine so delicious for table use gives added flavor to baked foods, too. And Parquet mixes so easily and creams so smoothly, it's really pleasant to use. Remember, too, that Parquet margarine's flavor makes pan-fried foods taste better, and it doesn't spatter or stick to the pan. And whether you serve delicious Parquet margarine at the table or use it for cooking, you are giving your family a nutritious, wholesome energy food. Remember, too, that Parquet is an excellent source of vitamin A. So give your family the benefits of this delightful, nourishing food. Serve them economical Parquet margarine tomorrow. Just ask your dealer for Parquet, Parkay. It's made by Kraft.
That's a beautiful medal, Leroy, and I'm mighty proud of you. But, won't you answer just one question for me, my boy?
What is it, Unc?
Who was responsible for all those escapades around your school?
Now, Uncle Mort, I positively don't know. What's more, I don't want to know. And then even if I did know, you don't think I'd squeal on my pal Piggy, do you?
You're a bright boy, Leroy. Good night.
Original music heard on this program was composed and conducted by William Randolph. This is Jim Bannon speaking for the Kraft Cheese Company and inviting you to be with us again next week at this same time for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve. This is the National Broadcasting Company. Kraft presents The Great Gildersleeve. Each week at this time from Hollywood, California, Kraft presents Harold Perry as the Great Gildersleeve. Written by Leonard L. Levinson. We'll hear from the Great Gildersleeve in just a moment. But first, is your family the hard-working, hard-playing kind? Of course, most of us are these days. Increased effort is expected of every one of us. And that's why plenty of wholesome, nourishing, energy food is so vitally important. The kind of food that replaces the energy we use up every day. Well, one of the best energy foods you can serve is delicious Parquet margarine, made by Kraft. Yes, Parquet margarine is an economical source of nourishment and energy your whole family needs. You'll be glad to know, too, that every pound of Parquet contains 9,000 units of important vitamin A. What's more, Parquet margarine is so downright good tasting, your family will eat all they need. Yes, Parquet margarine's delicate, satisfying flavor is sure to make a hit, whether you serve it at the table or use it for baking and pan frying. So why not give your family the benefits of this delicious, nourishing food and start serving them Parquet margarine tomorrow? Yes, when you order, ask your dealer for Parquet, P-A-R-K-A-Y. And now let's visit our friend, the great Gildersleeve.
Stuff of yours in the attic?
In the attic, yes. What about it, Leroy?
Well, look what I found up there. An old family album.
Album? Oh, is that so? Any pictures of me in it?
Ah, there. You're number one of the Puss Parade.
Yeah.
Leroy.
May I look at it, Uncle?
Sure, Marjorie. Go ahead if you want to.
Thanks. Oh, look at this one.
Huh?
Oh, what a beautiful baby.
Yeah.
Say, who is she?
Well, if you must know, she's me.
You mean you didn't always have that mustache?
Well, not as a little shaver. Turn the page, Marjorie.
Huh?
Oop. Forgot about that one in the little Lord Fauntleroy outfit. Wish I had those beautiful curls today.
For corn's sake, look at the lace on your pants.
Leroy, at that age, did I know what I was doing?
Oh, Uncle. Look, here's one where you're a little older.
Huh?
With two pretty little rabbits.
Oh, yes, my rabbits. Those were my pets. I called them Flopsy and Mopsy. I intended to raise them and make enough money to pay my way through college.
What happened, Uncle Mort?
Nothing. I paid $2 for those rabbits.
What was the matter?
That was it, $2. Yeah.
Say, Unc, are these your first long pants you're wearing in this picture?
Yes, tight, weren't they? When people saw me wearing them, they just split.
Who, the people or the pants?
Yeah. First the pants, then the people.
Here's a picture taken not so long ago.
Well,
how can you tell? Well, Uncle Mort is almost as fat as he is now.
Leroy. The bathing suit he's wearing.
Yes. That suit was all wool and a yard wide.
What's that thing you're eating, Unc?
Let me see. Eating? Oh, I wasn't eating anything. I was just blowing up my water wings. Say, I feel kind of chilly. Bertie, shut the front door.
I can't. It's stuck.
Oh, probably the change in the weather. I'll take care of it, children. Yeah. Now, what's the trouble, Bertie? No wonder that door is stuck. There's a man's foot caught inside.
I knows that, and he refuses to take it out.
Oh, well, let him in. He's probably a visitor.
Ain't no visitor. It's a salesman.
Salesman? How do you know?
'Cause the hot air's coming from the outside inside.
Oh.
Mister, get your foot out this door, 'cause we ain't in the market for nothing.
Yeah. Well, let me handle him now, Bertie. I'll brush him off quickly.
Now, don't you go buying any foolish, worthless stuff like you did last time.
Huh?
That perfume was nothing but water.
Well, how did you know, Bertie? Did you open the bottle?
No, sir. But the salesman come round to the back, and I bought some myself.
Yeah. Well, you run along back to the kitchen. I'll get rid of this chap.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Ah, good afternoon, sir. My company is introducing a new cigar.
I don't want it.
And I'm giving out a few boxes to discriminating judges of tobacco as free samples.
Free? Oh. Well, step in out of the cold, sir.
Oh.
Here, let me help you with those big, heavy boxes.
Thank you.
You're such a little fellow. Yeah. I was always considered quite an authority on good cigars. What's the name of this new brand?
Mister, these are the genuine made in Havana, aged in the wood, soaked in the New England maple syrup La Rumba Panatella cigars. Once you get the La Rumba habit, you can't shake it.
Yeah. Well, they certainly sound good.
Oh, and they smell good, too. Now, just sample the delicious aroma. Go ahead. Let your nose run riot.
Oh, Let me see.
Clears the head, doesn't it?
Practically clears the room. I'm afraid these are rather strong for me, young man.
Oh, yeah, and after you've smoked a few, you'll be strong for them.
I'll have to be.
Now, in consideration for advertising these wonderful cigars among your friends, we make absolutely no charge for them.
Oh, you don't? Well, with Christmas coming on and everything, I think I could manage to get rid of 5 or 10 boxes for you.
Oh, splendid. I might add that while we make absolutely no charge for the cigars themselves, we ask you to pay for cellophane, band, and the box. That's only to be expected, of course.
Oh. Yeah. What does that amount to?
Oh, I hate to even mention it.
So do I, but go ahead.
Well, let me see. 4 and 2
4 and
plus
2.
8 and 6 and 7. Well, that comes to a total of $1.98 per box.
$1.98? Well, is that all?
Oh, gosh, I forgot taxes. What's the matter with me?
Shall I tell you?
But you wouldn't expect us to lose money now, would you?
Oh, no. I'd hate myself if you lost money. How much are the taxes?
Only 50 cents a box. Now, are you taking 5 or 10 boxes?
Well, come to think of it, I don't know an awful lot of people here in Summerfield. Hardly more than a box full.
Well, now, our company doesn't think it's worthwhile to send me all the way out here on a cold afternoon for just one box, mister. I'm afraid that the least they'll let me give away free to you is 4 boxes.
No, thanks. Maybe I'll take more the next time you come around.
Mister, with these cigars, there won't be no next time around.
Well, for the most I could accept is 2 boxes.
Well, I can't force you to take more. All right. Here's your 2 free boxes. Now, that'll be $4.96.
$1.98 plus 2 boxes. $4.96. Yes, you're right. I was always good on arithmetic. You're very generous, really. Here's a $5 bill.
Oh, thank you. Now, wait just a second. You've got some change coming.
Oh, yeah.
4 cents.
4 cents.
Yes. Funny, lots of silver here, but no pennies.
Oh, that's all right. You can forget it.
Oh, no. I'll get it for you somehow. Oh, here we are.
Yes. What's this?
Your change. A 1 cent stamp and 3 sticks of chewing gum. Goodbye.
Oh!
Okay to come on in the living room, Piggy. We got the whole house to ourselves.
Say, is there any more candy around?
Nope. We ate all the cookies, too.
Too bad. Nothing sweet left, huh?
Nothing unless you want to try these new cigars from my uncle's. They're soaked in maple syrup.
You mean these?
Yeah.
Let's see them. Lamba Panatellas.
Say, I wouldn't open that box if I were you.
Oh, it was open already. See? Some have been taken out. I bet no one would miss this one.
Hey, what are you thinking of doing? Smoking us?
Maybe. What if I am?
Oh, I bet you wouldn't dare.
Is that so? Bet you I would, too. Only it's so long. I bet you'd be scared to go havers with me.
Who, me? Smoke a cigar?
I knew you'd go chicken.
I won't either. I ain't afraid of doing anything you ain't afraid of doing, I ain't.
All right, let you smoke it then.
All right, give it here.
Here. Bet you don't even know which end to put in your mouth.
I do, too. Only I forgot. Which end is it?
The one you don't like. My pa always bites off one end first.
Like this?
Uh-huh.
What does he do with the end he bites off?
I don't know. Swallows it, I guess.
Why, he does?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Ooh, phew, it tastes terrible.
Want me to light it for you?
Sure, I guess so. No fun smoking an unlit cigar, is there?
Nope. Hold still and puff. No, puff in, not out.
Oh.
That's better. How's it taste?
Well, it's pretty hard to describe. Here, you try it a while and find out for yourself. Look, I can exhale every puff.
Well, don't hog it all day. It's my turn again.
Wait till I try blowing smoke through my nose. Okay, you can have it now.
Gee, you got it all unwrapped.
I'm sorry. Want me to tie a piece of string around the outside cover? Or a rubber band?
No, I think it'll be all right. Now watch me.
What's that supposed to be?
I'm blowing smoke rings.
You ain't either. Them's clouds. Here, heck, I can do better than that.
Okay, here, you take it.
Oh, no, I didn't mean for you to do that. You can keep it as long as you want to.
Oh, that's all right. I'm not selfish.
Well, all right. How's this? You better puff on it a while, pig. Smoke gets in my eyes.
Well, okay. It sure is a strong cigar, ain't it?
Yeah, strongest I ever smoked.
Oh, what's the matter, Leroy? Don't you feel well?
Well, there's been times when I felt better.
Here, ready for another drag?
No, not just yet. I think I better sit down for a while.
You mean you're dizzy?
Yeah.
Well, sitting down won't help. I know, I'm sitting, and I'm dizzy, too.
I wonder what's wrong with us.
I haven't any idea.
Do you think it... Say, pig, sit still, will you?
I ain't moving, except my head seems to be going around.
Gee, that's funny. You got two heads. And they're both kind of green.
Two heads, huh? Well, that accounts for it, then.
Counts for what?
I can see 2 whole rooms. You know, I don't think I feel so good.
Do you think it could possibly be the cigar?
I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Here, Leroy, you can have it.
No, you go ahead and keep it. There's lots more where that one came from.
Oh, my goodness. Now my stomach's starting to go around, too.
Yeah, I know just how you feel.
If it's all right with you, Leroy, I think I'll go now.
You're not mad or anything?
Oh, no. If you want any more of the cigar, it's right here on the fern stand.
See, don't hurry off.
I better go or you might be sorry I stayed.
Oh, gee whiz. No, I'm beginning to see what you mean. I better get some fresh air, too. Hey, Piggy, wait for me. Say, Pig, do you still feel woozy?
No, I feel more wowsy than woozy. How about you, Leroy?
Oh, I'm all right, except for my head, which is awful light, and my feet, which are awful heavy, and my stomach, which is awful.
Awful what?
That's all, just awful.
Gee, I don't think I've got a stomach anymore.
Boy, are you lucky.
Take it easy. Just close your eyes.
No. Every time I close my eyes, tapioca keeps floating in front of me. Tapioca with neon lights.
Do you think we should get up and walk around a while?
No. Let's stay here in the garage until it stops going around. Darn the guy who invented cigars anyhow.
Who was he?
I don't know. Some Indian named Corona, I think. I can't see how Uncle Mort can keep smoking them all day long without falling over. Imagine going around like this all the time.
Gee, I just thought of something. Do you think we're going to stop growing now?
Oh, gosh, I don't know. We should have thought of that before.
But suppose we do. How am I going to play football in college? I just weigh 97 pounds.
Are you sure that one cigar will stop you from growing?
Since I started smoking, I ain't been sure of anything. I'm awful glad I stopped.
Me too. Why, I wouldn't ever smoke another cigar. Oh, it makes me sick even to mention cigars.
Gee whiz.
What is it now?
What's going to happen when your folks come back and find a living room full of smoke?
Jeepers. Uncle Mort will send me to Alcatraz. We better sneak back and open all the windows so the place can air out.
Not me. I'm going home just as soon as my legs will cooperate with each other.
Piggy, you can't run out on me now.
Not now, but just as soon as I can stand up, I will.
But how can you? I didn't want to smoke a cigar. It was you. Hey, that sounded like Bertie. Come on. Look, smoke's coming out of the living room.
Gee, it's lucky we got out.
There's a fire.
Good. Now nobody will notice the cigar smoke.
Cigar smoke. That's it. Piggy, where'd you throw that cigar we were smoking?
In the fern stand. Why?
I bet that's what started the fire. Come on, get some water. We're coming, Bertie. Oh, there's the garden hose. Piggy, run and turn the water on. Here I come, Bertie. Put out the fire. Put out the fire. I will if you get away from the window. I want to climb in. What'd you say? Get away from the... Oh, get that out. I'm not on fire. Sorry. I warned you.
Leroy, what you doing?
Climbing in the window to water the fern. Oh, say, this is only making the smoke worse.
Well, keep it up, Leroy. You putting it out.
Oh, that smoke. Just as I was getting over the last smoke.
That does it. Now the fire's out.
Turn off the water, Piggy.
Yeah. Turn off the water out there, boy.
Oh, I don't feel so good.
Leroy, you's a hero. Leroy! Turn on the water again, boy. Leroy's done fainted.
Well, Marjorie, are you sure we've ordered all the candy we need for Christmas?
Oh, yes, Uncle Mort. My, you've been buying like Santa Claus with a sweet tooth.
Well, why not? No matter how many Thanksgivings we have, Christmas comes once a year.
Well, let's run along home now, Uncle.
All right, my dear. Say, let's get something for Leroy to have this afternoon. I see just the thing he's going to enjoy.
You do? What is it?
Oh, something that every boy likes. Wait till you see Leroy's face when he opens these chocolate cigars.
See what I tell you, Bertie? He's opening his eyes.
Yeah, but it don't look like he's seeing anything. Leroy, honey, is you all right?
Oh, me? Oh, yes, I'm all right.
And you just lay there on the sofa whilst I try to clean up this mess in the living room. I can't figure out for the life of me how that fire started.
Hey, Piggy.
Yeah?
Gee, what are we going to say when Uncle Mort comes home and asks us how the fire started?
Well, we could say it was a spark from the fireplace if there was a fire in the fireplace. Except there's no fireplace.
Gee, if they ever find out how that fire really started, I'll be cooked. Haven't you got a good idea?
Yes, I'm going home. So long, Leroy. See you in school. Oh, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hello there, Piggy.
Oh, now I'm really going to be sick.
Say, what's that I smell? Did Bertie burn something?
Yeah, the living room.
What?
Goodbye, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Come back here a moment, young man. Where is Bertie?
She's mopping up the water on the carpet.
What water?
The water Leroy squirted on the fern box just before he did a nosedive onto the floor.
Oh, my goodness.
Uncle, what's happened around here?
I don't know for sure, Marjorie, but the way I understand it, Leroy was watering the fern box in the living room. After flooding the floor, he tried to dive on it while Bertie was cooking the rug.
That couldn't be.
Well, that's Piggy's story.
Yeah, well, it was nice visiting you.
Here, come along with us, young man. We're going to get to the bottom of all this.
Oh, dear.
Huh?
Oh, look at Leroy on the sofa.
Yeah.
Are you all right, Leroy? Oh, hello, Marge. Hello, Uncle Mort.
Well, by George, he does look all washed out.
Oh.
Young man, what do you mean by diving on your nose in the carpet?
You leave that poor little boy alone. He's a hero. Just like Dewey at Vanilla.
What do you mean, Bertie?
Why, there was a fire, and Leroy ran in here with the hose and saved us all from being a lot of clinkers.
Well, you're a brave boy, Leroy. By the way, Bertie, how did the fire happen to start?
Oh, my head. Oh, my stomach. Oh, my.
What's wrong? Oh, I know. He's inhaled too much smoke.
Yes, that's it, Uncle Mort.
Well, we're going to get you well in no time at all. No time at all.
That's good.
Yeah. Marjorie, what's the office number of Dr. Silver?
No. I don't need a doctor.
It's Rosebud 2212.
Thanks. Hand me that phone, please, Bertie. Thank you. Don't try to get up, Leroy. Just relax like a piece of liver.
No.
Hello, Dr. Silsby? This is Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve. I want you to come right over. There was a little fire at our place. I know you're not a fireman. My nephew Leroy put it out, and now he isn't feeling so hot. Yeah, get over here as quickly as you can, Doctor. I don't know what in the world's keeping that doctor. Oh, while we're waiting for him, Leroy, here's a little surprise I brought to you from downtown. Here. It's a chocolate cigar.
No.
Quick, somebody, water. He's going to faint again.
No, I'll be all right, Uncle.
Huh?
Chocolate and cigars. I couldn't take it.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, my boy. But you won't refuse a nice big chocolate cigar, will you, Piggy?
Yes, Mr. Ulysses, I couldn't.
Huh?
That is, Leroy might feel bad if he saw me eating it.
Oh, yes. Well, that's very considerate. We'll save them for later then. By the way, how did this fire in the living room start, Piggy?
You mean the fire from the cigar and the fern stand?
Oh.
What's wrong, my boy?
It hurts. The scar I got from the fern stand that was on fire.
Oh, yes.
Piggy, isn't it time for you to go home?
Yes. I gotta be going now.
Yes. Well, it gets me. How a fern stand can suddenly, without any cause, burst into flame is one for Ripley.
Maybe it was spontaneous compulsion. Those ferns were getting terribly parched, late in the year, no rain inside the house.
Oh. Well, I suppose we'll never know.
Yeah, let's let sleeping dogs sleep.
Yes.
Excuse me, Mr. Gillsleep, but look what I found in the ruins of that there fernery that was on fire.
Well, looks like remnants of a cigar. Why, this could have started the whole thing.
Well, folks, now I really gotta go.
Huh?
So long, Leroy. Good night, Mr. Gillsleep.
What's bothering that young man?
Oh, that's Piggy's way, Unc. Here today, gone tomorrow.
Well, son, you rest till the doctor gets here. I'm going to look into a few matters. Come on, Bertie. Let Leroy sleep. I can't understand it. How did a cigar get into the fern stand? Oh, talking of cigars, Bertie, did anything happen to those 2 new boxes of Larumbas?
They putting them in boxes now?
No, I'm talking about my cigars. Oh, yes, here they are. Let me see. 6 missing, and I only took out 5. Bertie, have you been putting the snatch on my stogies?
Yes, sir.
Aha!
I snatches them off the furniture and I put them in the ashtrays.
No, I mean, have you been smoking my cigars?
Me? I should say not. I ain't one of them society ladies.
Well, somebody took one. Marjorie?
Yes, Uncle Mort?
I've been doing a little detective work about that fire. I've always fancied myself as another thin man. And I have a pretty good idea how it started, too.
How, Uncle?
Well, I think I know who dropped the cigar into that fern stand.
Now, don't look at me with that steely glint in your eye, Sherlock Holmes. I haven't smoked a cigar since last election.
Oh, be serious, Marjorie. Did you notice how evasive Leroy and Piggy Banks were when I questioned them just now?
No, I didn't.
Oh, of course not. You weren't even there. But they were as hard to pin down as a baby on a roller coaster.
But Leroy, smoking cigars.
Didn't you notice their appearance? They were both as pale around the gills as a whitefish.
Does smoking a cigar have that effect?
I should say. I'll never forget my first corn silk Corona. I was weak for days and the days for weeks. And besides all this circumstantial evidence, there's one real incriminating clue.
What's that?
Leroy's little finger.
What's wrong with his little finger?
He's wearing the cigar band from that missing cigar. At last, Doctor. What delayed you? Did you stop on the way to cure a couple of hams?
Fine thanks for rushing away from an office full of patients. Well, where's the sick boy? Show me to him.
Oh, yes, just a second, Doc. Since I phoned you, I found out a few things. I think Leroy is sick because he smoked one of my cigars.
Well, I can understand that. I smoked one of them, too.
Yes, but I can't get him to admit it, Doctor. He just keeps groaning and changing the subject. Now, I've got an idea how we can smoke out this whole cigar business.
What's that?
What kind of sickness would have the same preliminary symptoms as smoking a cigar, Doc?
Oh, almost any of these juvenile illnesses.
Yeah?
Measles, chicken pox, or mumps, say?
Say, mumps will do. You examine Leroy, and you tell him he's got the mumps. That'll bring the truth out of him. Come on.
Oh, you and your schemes.
Shh. Remember what to do, Doc. Leroy. Here's Dr. Silsby to take care of our sick little boy.
Oh, suffering stuff.
Yes.
You didn't need to bother Dr. Hunk. I'll be all right in a couple of hours.
Well, now that I'm here, boy, I better give you a quick once-over. You see your tongue. Mm-hmm. Now, say ah.
Ah.
Yeah, I better take your pulse. Dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Now, you can put your tongue back in now.
Thanks.
Now, tell me, after you inhaled this smoke, did you suffer any attack of vertigo?
No, I was just dizzy.
Oh, yeah. And this was accompanied by acute nausea?
It was nausea, all right, but there was nothing cute about it.
Well, as just as I thought. Let me feel your jaws. Oh.
Hey, what are you talking about?
Mr. Gildersleeve, has this boy ever had the mumps?
Mumps? I don't think so. Have you ever had the mumps before, Leroy?
No. Say, you don't think I got 'em now, do you, Doc?
Well, it's a little early to say for sure, but the indications point that way.
Oh.
Yes, isn't that too bad? Looks like you'll have to stay in bed instead of going to that big football game, Leroy.
Hey, wait a minute. Gee, Doc, maybe you're mistaken. Maybe if you knew what really happened, you wouldn't call it mumps.
What do you mean, what really happened, Leroy?
Oh, gee, I should have told you before. Uncle Mort, the reason I got sick and look so pale and everything is, well, gee, I hate to tell you, but, why did I do it?
Why did you do what, Leroy?
Why did I smoke one of your cigars?
At last. Now we're getting the truth. Young man, I'm surprised at you.
Oh, gee, I'm sorry I ever did, Uncle Mort. Sorry as I can be.
Yes, I think you've learned your lesson, Leroy.
I have, Uncle Mort. I really have. And now maybe Dr. Silsby can see it's the cigar that makes me look this way and not mumps.
Well, Leroy, that was just a little put-up job. A little scheme to get the truth out of you. You really haven't got the mumps, has he, Doctor?
No, he hasn't, Gildersleeve. But according to his pulse and his temperature and these spots on his chest, he has got the measles.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in a few minutes. But right now, do you grown-ups remember the old-fashioned kitchen on baking day? What fragrance, with cakes and pies and cookies in the oven. Why, everything smelled so good my mouth fairly watered in anticipation of all the good things to eat. And nowadays, lots of up-to-the-minute housewives are learning the modern secret of that old-time home-baked flavor. Yes, more and more good cooks are insisting on a real flavor shortening for baking, instead of bland, tasteless fat. That's why so many good housewives are using Parquet margarine for baking. For a flavor shortening is just what Parquet is. You see, the delicate taste that makes Parquet so delicious for table use gives extra flavor to baked foods, too. Yes, and that's the secret of foods pan-fried in Parquet. They're tastier, too, and Parquet doesn't spatter or stick to the pan. And remember, Parquet margarine is good for you. Yes, Parquet is a wholesome, nourishing energy food that contains important vitamin A. But why not try delicious, economical Parquet margarine and find out how good it is yourself? Just ask your dealer for Parquet. Parkay.
Yes, Leroy. That's part of the cure for measles, you know.
Who's that? Leroy, it's me, Piggy. I just sneaked back to see if they found out.
Yeah, they did.
Gee, did you catch it?
I'll say I did.
Yeah. Looks like you're going to catch it too, Piggy. Good night.
Original music heard on this program was composed and conducted by William Randolph. This is Jim Bannon speaking for the Kraft Cheese Company and inviting you to be with us again next week for the further adventures of the great Gildersleeve. And reminding you that every one of us can help in the nation's defense program by joining the Red Cross during its annual roll call, November 11th to November 30th. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Kraft presents The Great Gildersleeve. Each week at this time from Hollywood, California, Kraft presents Harold Perry as The Great Gildersleeve, written by Leonard L. Levinson. We'll hear from the great Gildersleeve in just a moment. But first, times like these call for real thrift. Yes, we must save money to buy defense bonds to help in any way we can. But we must be careful to economize wisely, especially when we economize on food, because the health and well-being that comes from nourishing food are vitally important, too. That's why delicious Parquet margarine, the modern margarine made by Kraft, is a good thing to know about these days. First, Parquet is so good-tasting, your family will want to spread it thick on toast, hot rolls, and bread. And Parquet margarine is an economical source of food values important to a balanced diet. Parquet is a wholesome, nourishing food, one of the best sources of food energy there is. What's more, serving your family Parquet margarine is a dependable way to give them vitamin A, because every pound of Parquet contains 9,000 units of this important vitamin. So why not start serving Parquet margarine tomorrow? It's perfectly delicious for table use and for baking and pan frying, too. Yes, you can economize wisely without sacrificing nourishment or flavor if you use Parquet, spelled P-A-R-K-A-Y. And now let's visit our friend, the great Gildersleeve, who has, as you know, a nephew named Leroy, who has, as you probably don't know, 4 rabbits, named respectively Eeny, Meeny, Miny, and possibly Mo. Right now, they are preparing to go to Fairview, where Leroy is to represent his school at the Junior Rabbit Breeder Show, and all 6 of them are quite hopped up about the trip.
Now, take it easy, Leroy. Just be calm, like me. No use getting all excited about this. Not at all. Where's my briefcase?
Under your arm, Unc.
What? Oh, yes. How did it ever get there? Now about my suitcase. Handkerchiefs, socks. Bertie?
Yes, Mr. Gilsleeve?
Never mind. I found him.
Found what, Mr. Gilsleeve?
His socks.
Well, what about him?
I found him.
Well, why shouldn't you? There's right there all the time.
Yes, I know.
He found them.
Then why call me?
Because I couldn't find him.
But I thought you said...
Oh, never mind. Yeah, my goodness, anybody'd think we'd never gone any place before.
Well, it's pretty exciting for me, Uncle Mort. Baby, 300 miles. Jeepers.
Leroy, you talk like you'd been chained up in the coal cellar all your life. Didn't you fly to California and back last year?
Well, sure, Unc.
Yes, son. We automoted all over the 47 states 2 years ago.
There are 48 states, Bertie.
Yes, I know that. But when we was in Florida, they never heard of California. And when we was in California, the Vicer was bursting.
Well, anyway, Leroy, you've done a great deal of traveling for a boy your age, and another 300 miles shouldn't mean any more than going down to the corner on Saturday morning for the Sunday morning papers.
But creepers, Uncle Mort, we're going on the train. I never been on a train.
Oh, my goodness, modern youth. Why, when I was just a baby, I can't seem to find my military brushes. Where are they, Bertie?
I put them in your Happy Rock bag, Mr. Gilsleeve.
In my what?
Bertie, could you perchance mean Gladstone bag?
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, Happy Rock. Well, I guess that's everything. Wait a minute. Leroy?
Yes, Unc?
Did you mail that letter I gave you last night?
Which letter? Oh, well, yes, of course I did.
Good. It was to Cousin Flora, telling her and her husband we're coming to stay with them while we're in Fairview. Won't they be surprised?
Why? Why, Uncle Mort?
Well, because it's an answer to a letter they sent fishing around for an invitation to visit us.
Good thing they ain't coming this week with Miss Marge out of town at that Red Cross training school.
Yes. Well, are you sure you've got everything you need, Leroy?
Positive.
Say, if you're going to be on that train when it leaves, you better get mobilized. Where's your rabbits, Leroy?
Out in the hall in that wooden box. The manual training class built it especially for them.
Well, they did a bum job, Leroy. That box is full of holes.
Yep. Holes? Well, that's so the little creatures won't get asphyxiated, Bertie.
Yes, it'll help them breathe, too. Shall I call up and get you a taxi?
Taxi? No, thank you, Bertie. We can pick up one at the drugstore. If we can't, it'll be the first thing I haven't been able to get at that drugstore. Come on, Leroy, let's get going.
Okay, Unc. So long, Bertie. Don't let any Japs get you.
Quit picking on us South Sea folks, Leroy.
Hey, come on, young man. I'll take the suitcases. You bring that crate of clover crunches. If Marjorie gets back to town before we do, Bertie, you tell her where we went.
Yes, sir. I'll tell her that you had to act as a convoy for a bunch of dumb bunnies. And then she'll say...
Never mind. I know what you say. Goodbye.
Bye, Bertie.
Bye, Miss Gilsey. Bye, Leroy.
I hope we haven't forgotten anything, Uncle Mort. Have you got the tickets?
Yeah, the tickets. Don't be ridiculous. Tickets. Oh, wait a minute. I better look to make sure. Yes, here's the envelope. Oh, great Caesar's ghost.
What's wrong, Uncle Mort?
Look, here's my letter to Cousin Flora. I must have sent her the railroad tickets. Oh, now she'll think I want her and that loud husband of hers to come here.
Oh, gee, now how are we going to get to Fairview? Does this mean we're not going?
Now, wait a minute. Don't rattle me, Leroy. Don't rattle me. No time to get reservations. The next train won't get us there in time. Oh, for what a thickhead I turned out to be.
Say, Unc, how about driving?
Yes, it's driving me. Wait a minute. Driving? Why, of course. Let's get the car. Come on. We can put the rabbits in the rear compartment, load up on gasoline, and beat the train to Fairview. That was a fine suggestion. You're a bright boy, Leroy.
Gee, I don't know about that, Unc. I just suggested myself out of my first ride on a railroad train.
How far is it to the next town, Leroy?
Well, according to the sign we passed 10 miles ago, it's 3 miles. While according to the map, it's 6. But according to all the houses around here, we're almost there.
Thank goodness. I hope the road gets better from here on. So far, it's been terrible. It's had more hairpins than a dime store. And what's more, it's full of Charlie holes.
Don't you mean chuck holes, Uncle Mort?
Yes, but this is a road I don't want to become familiar with, Leroy.
Yeah, we haven't hit a straight stretch for hours.
That's right. For every mile forward that we go, we travel 2 from side to side and 3 up and down. This isn't a road, it's a Laconga line. Why, when I think of... we almost went in the ditch that time.
Why don't you try driving in the ditch? It might be smoother.
Yes. Leroy, this is no time to horse around. Though if there was a horse around, I'd trade it in for this car.
You know, I'm getting kind of hungry.
Hungry? Well, so am I. Strange how much exercise you can get just bouncing up and down, isn't it?
Let's stop and eat at the next stop and eat.
It's all right. That place up ahead doesn't look bad. However, we're so far behind schedule, let's just get some sandwiches to eat along the way. Huh?
Okay.
Come on, Leroy.
I'm right with you, Unc.
Oh, my. And to think if we hadn't mailed those tickets, we'd have been sitting in a comfortable train counting the telephone poles instead of dodging them. Let's sit here at the counter, eh?
Tired, Uncle Mort?
Just my eyes, Leroy. Funny, I'd swear I was seeing gravy spots in front of them.
That's easy, Unc. You're looking at the waiter's apron.
Yeah? Oh, of course, yeah, that's it. What'll you have, Leroy?
A ham sandwich?
Same thing for me, waiter, and we'll take them with us. Say, look, they've got cherry pie, Leroy. Would you care for a slice?
No, thanks, Unc. After that road we were on, I couldn't stand anything else with pits in it.
How long did it take you to drive from Fairview, Mr. Toby?
Oh, about 7 hours, McGuire. At this rate, I should be in Summerfield by 10 o'clock tonight.
Excuse me, gentlemen, but I couldn't help overhearing that last remark. Don't count on getting to Summerfield by 10 o'clock tonight, sir.
No? Why not?
Because these blasted roads are in a blasted condition.
Oh, you don't like our roads, huh?
And now, McGuire, take it easy. What's wrong with our roads?
What isn't? And you take it easy, too, mister. Don't get angry at me just because I warned you about that collection of bumpy ruts ahead of you.
I accept that as a personal insult.
Huh?
Gee whiz, is it your road?
Well, I'm the superintendent of road maintenance for this section, and this is State Highway Commissioner Toby.
Yeah? What am I supposed to do? Get down on my hands and knees and bump my head on the floor?
What?
If you think I'm going to back up and crawl, Commissioner, you're mistaken. I've done all my backing up and crawling for the day on that blankety-blank road of yours this afternoon.
Say, I don't like your attitude.
And I don't like your highway. Looks like it was surveyed through the bottom of a beer bottle. Yes, and built by a hillbilly with the hiccups.
Now, look here. You're doing Mr. McGuire an injustice.
Yeah?
He and his men have been constructing that road for the past 6 years.
I know that. I saw the signs all along the way. Slow men at work.
Well, that's enough. I'm going to hand this guy a face full of fists. Let me at him, that warning.
Here's our sandwiches, Leroy. Mister, you're mighty lucky we're in a hurry. Come on, Leroy, let's stop tearing down the Commissioner's Highway and start tearing down the Commissioner's Highway.
Okay, Unc, I'm coming. Gee, you certainly told him off, didn't you?
Yeah, did you see the look on that guy McGuire's face?
Ain't you going to finish your steak, Commissioner?
No, the mood's gone. I might as well get started. Oh, waiter, the check.
No. Let me pay for it.
No.
Yes.
Well, all right.
on, waiter. Keep the change. Now, Commissioner, don't let that big blimp get your goat. What does a mug like that know about the heartaches of building roads?
Yes, you're right, McGuire. Say, I thought I parked my car about here.
Are you sure?
Well, I think so. I remember it was near this truck.
Here it is, Commissioner.
That's strange. Could someone have moved it? Hey, hold on a minute, Mac. That isn't my car.
It ain't. It certainly looks like it.
Sure, it's same make, same model, same color, but those aren't my official license plates.
Hey, that's right.
Oh, now I wonder who could have been so chuckle-headed as to pull a trick like this.
Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
That's the name of the bird that owns this car. Here's his registration certificate.
Well, we've got to get that car of mine back, McGuire. We got to send out a police warning over the radio to the highway patrol.
Sure, Commissioner. We'll get it back all right. You needn't worry or get excited.
You don't understand. There's been a rock slide on the road near Summerfield, and an emergency, and I've got 100 pounds of explosives in the rear compartment of my car.
You notice how much more pep the car seems to have now, Leroy? I really get a bang out of driving a car with oomph.
Yeah, careful of that bump, Unc.
Huh? Yes. Oh, quite a bounce, wasn't it? I can't get over how much better the car runs. If it keeps up like this, it'll feel as if we had wings, Leroy. Hold on, here comes the curve. Oh, yeah.
You better go easy on those tires, Unc.
Huh?
Remember, you can't get any new ones until the FBI investigates you and finds out you're an ambulance or something.
Yes. Well, these tires are good for thousands of miles yet, Leroy. Oh! Hey, these roads. I hope that didn't hurt any of our little cottontail cuties in the rear there. Well, I guess they're well padded.
Yeah, I can hear the box bouncing up and down.
You can?
Maybe I better get it and hold it in my lap.
No, don't do that. They'll be happier if they don't get a look at this road. Besides...
Look out for that red lantern.
What red lantern? Oh, that red lantern. Oh. No wonder I couldn't see it. A big pile of dirt behind it, Leroy. Well, here's the end of the detour. Now I'm really going to hit it up. And Leroy...
Yes, Uncle Mort?
I want you to keep a sharp lookout and back. If you see any highway patrol cars with red lights flashing and cops in them, you just nudge me. Understand?
Yes, Uncle Mort.
Yeah, good. Now, I don't expect to get... Oh, Leroy, don't bump me.
That wasn't a bump, Unc. That was a nudge.
Nudge? Oh, my goodness. Yes, now I can see him. I better stop, eh? I can't imagine what in the world I've done.
Well, Uncle Mort, I have an idea.
Be quiet, young man. Oh, here they come. Good evening, boys.
Good evening, Chief.
Chief?
Shh, he thinks I'm an Indian. What can I do for you, boys?
Just stay where you are, sir. We'll have the fire out in a minute.
Yes, fire?
Just one of your rear brakes. Bring me that extinguisher, Mike.
Oh.
Here you are, Sid. Hey, button your coat. It's the commissioner.
Thanks.
Say, what's going on back there, boys?
Nothing to get excited about, Chief. One of the brakes must have locked.
Oh, my goodness. It's lucky you put it out before it got to that box of rabbits. I better look to see how they are, Unc.
No, Leroy. They're probably sleeping. Let's let sleeping rabbits lie.
I don't think any harm was done. If you'll just watch your brakes for a ways, Chief.
Well, thank you very much, boys. Anytime I can do anything for you, I got a card here someplace.
Oh, we know who you are.
Oh, you do? Well, I never knew I was that famous.
Sure, you're a big man in this state.
Sid, he'd be a big man in any state.
Yeah. Well, I got to be getting along now. Goodbye, boys.
Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, sir.
Now, there's a genuine guy, the commissioner.
Yeah, don't act no different than you and me.
You or I, Sid. You know, he's a lot better looking than his pictures do him justice.
Yeah. But don't you think he's a little fatter?
No, not fatter, Sid. Heavier setter. You see, fatter isn't a respectful way to describe a state commissioner.
Yeah, but on him it looks good. Well, let's get into the heap and start rolling again.
Yeah.
Attention all highway patrol.
Hey, listen.
Be on lookout for large gray sedan, license 4X669.
That number's familiar.
A state car assigned to Highway Commissioner Toby.
Oh, the guy that was just here.
Taken from Junction Grill an hour ago by a stout man and a small boy with a black mustache.
A small boy with a black mustache. Hey, that's the guy who... Why, that fat rat.
Handle situation with care, boys. Rear end of car is loaded with explosives.
Come on, Mike. Let's go get him.
Yeah.
There they are. Right up ahead. Get closer. Hey, what are you doing? Shooting at the rear tires. Hey, wait a minute. That car's full of explosive. Oh, my gosh. Don't get too close, Mike. Okay, I'll drop back, but what do we do? Say, look at him go. Let's trail him till he slows up. If he slows up before he blows up.
Well, we've been making good time, my boy. I thought we'd better stop here in Millville and get some gasoline. Where is that attendant?
I think I'll get out and take a look at the rabbits, Uncle Mort.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That road was so rough, I bet those hairs stood on end. Oh, say, Leroy, the police chaps again.
All right, stick 'em up, you two. Reach first, stick 'em up.
Oh, hello, boys. Practicing?
Get 'em up quick, fatso.
If that's all?
Say, what's the idea?
You two, get 'em up. Now, search 'em, Mike.
Yep, here. You needn't be so rough. You've broken a couple of my cigars.
Well, they haven't got any guns on them, Sid. Okay, you can put down your hands. But don't pull any funny business, you two.
What's the meaning of this unwarranted outrage?
Hey, get him.
Yes.
That's what we did, didn't we? You stole the highway commissioner's car and it's loaded with explosives.
Yes. What's this about the commissioner's car?
Take a peek at those official license plates.
Huh? Yes.
Well, gee, Unc, how did they get there?
They were framed. I mean, we were framed, Leroy. Well, at least there's nothing to this explosive nonsense. You officers can look in the rear compartment and see for yourselves.
Okay, take a look, Sid.
Sure. Won't he be surprised, Leroy?
Aha! You see, it's just rabbits, officer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Come here, Mike. Does this look like rabbits to you? Nah, to me it looks like a case of explosives.
Well, if you were a rabbit and went through what we've been through, you'd feel like exploding yourself.
Why don't you come back here and look for yourself?
Yes, come on. Let's show these stupid... Oh, my goodness, Leroy.
Uncle, what you trembling like that for?
Look at that box. Blasting powder. Whose car is this? Who slipped it to me? How did that dynamite get in there?
That's what we aim to find out, brother.
Good. Who'll we ask?
You.
Me?
Yes, come on.
Say, where are you taking us?
To the Millville police station. You're going to hold a little quiz, kid.
Yes, sir. There must be a reasonable explanation for all this. It could only take a moment. Asking you for the last time, Captain. Will you telephone our home in Summerfield so that our maid can identify us?
Now, just keep your shirt on, Stumpy. I put in a call a few minutes ago. But that's it now.
Oh, thank goodness. Bertie will clear this right up, Leroy.
Hello.
Hello, who's this calling?
Long distance from Millville.
Oh, I know the answer to that one. It sure is.
This is the police department. We're holding a man with a stolen car loaded with explosives. He claims to be Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve.
Mr. Gildersleeve ain't in Millville. He done took the train for Fairview today.
Oh, he took the train, huh?
The train? Ooh, I've got to tell her about that. Let me
Now,
call
you get away from this phone. This man claims he drove this car as far as Junction City.
Oh, that can't be. Mr. Gildersleeve's car's resting right here in the garage.
Well, in that case, I was right all along. Sorry I troubled you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Wait a minute. Why did you hang
Oh,
up?
look, you, I've had enough of this. Who do you think you are trying to run things and act so insolent and arrogant? The police?
Yeah. Huh?
Mike, put these two in separate cells till morning.
Here, what's going on here?
Oh, hello, Commissioner Toby. Well, I recovered your car for you, sir.
Yes, I know. Where's the man who took it?
Here I am. Hello, Commissioner.
Oh, so it was the little critic of the state highway system, the little road runner down there.
Oh.
Well, I'm only thankful nothing happened to my car with all that blasting powder in the back.
Yes. What do you mean by letting me carry dangerous explosives?
Oh, dry up, you big wet blanket. You ought to be thankful you're getting out of this mess without going to jail.
You mean you don't want him held, Commissioner?
No, this man just made an innocent mistake. It was stupid, but I don't think it was intentional. Come on outside, Gildersleeve, and we'll trade cars.
Yes, all right. Good night, Captain. Thanks for the hospitality.
Yeah.
Something he ate, no doubt. After you, Commissioner. Come on, Leroy.
Say, I better make sure my rabbits are all right.
Oh, don't worry. They're safe, my boy.
Oh, did you have a look at them?
I'll say I did, and they jumped right out of the box and escaped.
Escaped?
And now, don't worry. We called out a road gang and rounded them all up again. Took the best part of 2 hours.
Gee, I hope nothing happened to them.
Now, they're all right. None the worse for the little romp. They're in fine condition, all 7 of them.
Yes. 7? But we only had 4 rabbits to begin with. Commissioner, you found too many.
Hello, operator. Quick, give me the police department. Police?
This is 747 Parkside Avenue, and something's happened here. Didn't you phone me about a man who said he was Mr. Gillsleeve in a stolen car? Well, some policeman did. Well, anyhow, I went back to bed, and I tossed, and I turned, and I turned, and I... Okay, I'll get to the point. I got up, and I went out to the garage to see if it was there, and it wasn't. No, the garage was there all right, but nothing else was. What do you mean, be more specific? Oh, well, somebody sneaked in and stole all of Mr. Gillsleeve's 4 beautiful, brand-new retreads. Hello, wait a minute, I ain't through yet. At the time these tires were stolen, they was attached to Mr. Gillsleeve's automobile.
Leroy, quit pinching me. What's the big idea?
I'm afraid you'll fall asleep.
Well, don't worry. If I want to sleep, I'll pull over to the side of the road.
Yeah, but the trouble is you'll pull over after you've fallen asleep.
Oh, yes. By George, it's 2 a.m. I'd stop right now. It would make us late for that rabbit. What's that noise?
Well, it looks like a cop, Unc.
Another cop? The police have been on my neck tonight like a muffler. Well, this time they can't find anything wrong. I'm driving under 40. My lights are all right. It's my own car.
All right, pull over to the side of the road.
Oh, yeah. Pull over, Leroy.
Jeepers, I wonder what it is now.
Probably some officer who hadn't heard that everything's been straightened out between Commissioner Toby and me.
You know, I'm beginning to be afraid of cops.
Oh, poppycock. You watch me handle this fellow. I'll get rid of him inside of 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, 2 minutes. You can time me, Leroy. But you can't hold us any longer, officer. We've been here for 2 hours already.
2.5, Unc. I'm still timing you.
Yes. But look, officer, and you too, Captain. Here, Captain, wake up when I'm talking to you.
Huh? What? Oh, you here again? How many times?
No, I'm still here. It's just the second time. How soon are you going to set us free?
I can't do anything until we hear of this party in Somerville who turned in the stolen car report.
When they call, let me talk to them, please. I'd like to get my hands on anybody who says I stole my own automobile. Why, out! Oh, yes.
Hello, Millville Police Station. Captain Webster speaking.
Are you calling the Gillsleeve residence?
I don't know. Did you report a stolen car earlier in the night?
I most certainly did. You catch it?
Yes, but the driver claims he's the owner, Gildersleeve.
That's the second burglar that did that tonight, and this is getting monotonous.
Well, he claims that you can identify him. I'm going to put him on. Here you are.
Thank you.